Thursday, the 20th of February, from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m, we're broadcasting live across Facebook and Instagram at Shop on TV Live. Tune in for exclusive bundles and online mega deals, our best brands at our lowest prices. There's also the chance to win our products for free. So watch us on Facebook or Instagram at Shop on TV Live on Thursday the 20th of February from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. and save even more with Shop on TV.
Yes, do join us for that. It's going to be wild. It really is. I can't wait. I'm going to be presenting for you. Boy, have we got an amazing deal for you. I'll give you a clue. It's My Instant Effects Beauty Skincare. We've got an incredible bundle. You saw it in the promo, and the price, you won't believe it. You will not believe it. And someone's going to win a big bundle worth about 150 quid of MIE products. So tune in on that Thursday, the 20th, next Thursday, 9 to 10 p.m. during the daytime. What's that like? Hey, welcome to Shop on TV. My name's Rob Locke with an E. And I'm so happy to say that I'm working with a lady tonight who, in certain parts of the Northeast, is legendary. And I haven't worked with her for nary a year or 5, I think it is. She is wonderful, and you know her better by the name Kelly Carey. Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm very well.
Oh, wow. Look at this. Look, it's live. And this, as you may recognise, TV's Elise Fabris.
Hello. It's nice to be back again.
It's so soon as well.
I know. It's delightful.
And tonight you shall be inverting.
I shall be inverting.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, my full self.
Your full, whole, total and complete self.
All of me.
All of you. All of me. All of me. Now, can I just quickly say before we get into
Please do.
Ladies and gentlemen, this takes a little bit of explaining. So please do us a favour. Just give us 20 minutes, half an hour. Maybe if you need a light snack, then feel free to get one. But I tell you what, once you know what this does, it's probably one of, if not the most important products you'll ever buy. I've had an inversion table from Teeter. In fact, I've had an inversion table when Roger Teeter was the guest for it. It wasn't even his table, his design back then. And I've had one for, I don't know, 20, 25 years. Basically, gravity, all of our life, is working on us and pulling everything down. This helps you to turn gravity on its head, which you can do in a small but beneficial way, or you can do some pretty extreme stuff on here as well if you've got a youngster in the family who wants to do inverted sit-ups and things like that. So shall we show? So that's I just want to say, you've got to watch this. And please, let's show you what it does. So please, take it away, Elise. Yeah.
So what I'm going to get you to do, first of all, we've set the height. I'm going to get you to adjust the actual premium ankle locking system so you're all securely locked in place.
Yeah.
So if you're just going to push down on the actual handles, you've got that micro adjustment to lock them firmly around the ankles. And then the control is all up to you,
So
Elise.
this is a fulcrum now. You
now
set it to your height.
You've set it to your height, so you've got that perfect weight distribution.
Yeah.
And now from here on,
it's up to me.
Elise's going to control it with her arms. So she's going to take one arm back, and you can see now how we are starting to move slowly into that inversion. So you can see how controlled it is. It's never going to run away with itself because we've got that precision balance. But now, if we want to, Elise, I'm going to ask you to take the other hand overhead, and you can see how, because we've got that tether strap on there, ankle strap, that we've been able to get Elise now into that 60 degree of inversion.
Which is the magic zone.
The magic number.
The strap's there purely to give you confidence when you start. There are even cup handles as well, which again, they're really just for confidence, because once you've done this a few times, you'll be doing it like a pro. You know, you'll know exactly how much to move your arms in order to adjust your balance. But what does that do?
It just feels good.
It does feel good, doesn't it?
That's what we like to hear.
I used to spend an hour a day, every day, on one of these, and we'll explain that very, very shortly. But it has huge benefits for your spine, for your internal organs, for your own just general well-being. So keep watching. Now, also coming up, dans le show, that was French, I think, we have the Vital Plus Sauna Pod, a sauna in your own home. Now, that might not look much just sitting in the corner of our studio, but looky here. It's perfect for indoors. It's perfect for outdoors. It actually, technically, it's not a sauna. It's a steam.
It's a steam. It's a steam pod.
But steam has even more benefits than heat, which is what a sauna is.
And because of that humidity, it goes up to 50 degrees, but it feels like more like 90 degrees. And within just a few minutes, you're feeling those incredible benefits of those muscles relaxing
and opening your pores and
the detoxification
cleansing and whatnot.
And all of the amazing things that we'll talk about later that come, the health benefits that come from using a steam
We're putting
sauna.
some essential oils in there, so you get it all. You get the actual steam generator, you get the whole thing, and it's like a tent. You know that maybe you've got kids and you build them a little tent. It's got poles that
And
lock
how
together.
tall are you, Rob?
I'm 6'1", 6'2" in heels.
Goes up to 6 foot, takes a maximum height of 6'4".
Oh, perfect, perfect. Now, I have to say, this was so popular when we had it on the show before. We haven't got many left. So if you decide you want a steam room, essentially, or a steam cubicle in your home or your garden or your garage or wherever, out on your deck, overlooking the Hollywood Hills, that's what that looks like to me, make sure that you get one as soon as you know that you're ready to buy it straight away, OK? $189.99, as Leslie, my producer, just said. Get it in and get it checked out. Down 110 quid. We've also got coming, and it's on PayPal, we've also got coming up from the wonderful brand Renpo. What have we got, Leslie? Well, here we're on our website at shopontv.co.uk. We have an amazing body scales. We've got an eye massager, a foot massager, and a brand new handheld massager as well.
And also the shiatsu foot massager. So if you're finding that your feet are really sore, this is going to be the thing that you're going to absolutely love.
I always wanted to get a shiatsu, but I've never been that fond of dogs.
This might be the option
That
for
could
you.
be the option.
Needs less walking and less food.
For the record, I love dogs. That was purely for comic effect. $119.99. You put your feet inside it, and it does stuff that's really, really nice.
Well, it's all about well-being, isn't it? Looking after ourselves and investing in self-care. Self-love.
Yes, and the scales have come at a time for me because I've got very accurate scales because I like to monitor my. So I'm a month in back on my regimen. You know, when I lost 6 stone before, and I found it all again, unfortunately. So I'm down a stone, and I know it's going to take a while before you can see it. Well, there are many stones to go, but what's important to me is BMI, body mass index, and also visceral fat, because visceral fat's the stuff all around your organs that's really not good for you. You can be big. You can. There is such a thing as a healthy, large or fat person or overweight person, but I want to check my visceral fat because that's the dangerous fat, isn't it, potentially? And this scale does it all.
It does. 13 different body metrics that we will talk through in more detail.
And
it also goes to an app, so you can track. That's the thing. When you're on your fitness journey or your health journey or your weight loss journey, you want to be able to see the results. And through the app, we can track on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis how we are progressing.
And also, don't care about weight.
No,
because weight means
doesn't
nothing.
tell us
It's
anything.
fat loss, not weight loss. I could lose weight by going to the moon, but it wouldn't make me any slimmer. Do you know what I mean? So, and it's probably quite an expensive journey.
For every individual, those different metrics could have different relevance, right? And so everyone's going on an individual journey. So if you can track it for yourself, then you've got all of that data right in your pocket.
It's what's right for your goals. And these are just an amazing range of products, as you said, that are just perfect if right now you are looking for something that's going to help and improve your well-being.
Yeah. Speaking of going on a journey, Elise is about to go on a journey close to upside down. So, Roger Teeter, the name Teeter comes from Roger Teeter, who was a dear friend of mine for many, many years. I worked with him when he launched the Teeter table, or what it was called. It was called Hang Ups back in the day, in America on a home shopping network. I launched it on the 3-letter original shopping channel here in the UK, and I was known for a number of years, you know, in the 90s as, you know, the inversion guy, because it's life-changing. For me, it was life-changing.
Yeah.
So
I think for a lot of us it
For a
is.
lot of us. But let's explain as quickly and concisely as we can to the folks at home why they should be thinking about and then getting one of these now.
OK, I think you really succinctly kind of explained it earlier, but the fact is that we have compression acting on the body all day. From the minute we get up, we get out of bed, we have got pressure being exerted on the body, which is just constantly kind of loading our spine.
Sure.
So what we need is something that's going to allow us to decompress the spine, to create space within the spine, to rehydrate the discs, to lengthen those muscles, and more importantly, to make us feel good.
I'll tell you what,
that's exactly what the Teeter does.
When you order this, right, if you want to do this, you don't have to. Measure your height when you wake up in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And then measure it when you go to bed at night. It'll shock you.
Well, this is it, because the discs can't rehydrate while there is pressure on them.
No.
So the only way those discs, those cushions that sit between the vertebrae will actually expand again and give us that support and that cushioning is when we can take the stress and the pressure off them.
But Kelly, people say, I can just lie down in my bed.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. That's going to give us a certain level of decompression.
Yeah.
But we're still going to have about 25% of compression on the body because of the way that the ligaments and the muscles are holding everything tight.
So this is better than lying down?
This is so much better than lying down.
Do you know what's worse? The worst thing of all for your spine?
Sitting down.
Of course you do, sitting down.
Sitting
and
down.
These days we do that a lot,
Oh,
don't
you
we?
sit at your desk, you sit when you're driving,
you
just sit down in the evenings when you're watching your telly and all of that.
Yeah, I tell you
and
what.
you know, when we're sitting down, we talk about taking the load off, don't we? We're doing the absolute opposite.
You're adding more load.
Is adding about 2.5 times the standing kind of pressure
by having a sit
that
down.
we would normally by sitting down. So we're loading even more.
If you get home from work or whatever it is you do in your day, and towards the end of the day you're going, oh, blimey, my back's killing me, jump on this. That's what I used to do every single day. If I'd wake up and I'd slept funny and my back, I'd straight on this. Apart from anything else, because as you'll see, the incline, you don't have to go fully upside down. You can if you want to, and when you graduate to that, it's amazing. But even 30 degrees, there are benefits. But 60 degrees, which is where we have the strap set here, is where the real benefits kick in.
Yeah, we've got that.
So let's see it in action. And I tell you what, it just, oh my gosh, when you get off of it, you just feel like it.
You feel lengthened, you feel realigned, you feel like you
taller.
are younger and taller because of the way it's putting your body back into the right postural position.
I've measured myself before I get on it and after I get off it, and you do.
Because we are rehydrating those discs.
Yeah, individual results vary, of course.
It's really important, but the thing is, when we are lying down, that rehydration is slow. When we are on a teeter table, that rehydration, because we're taking whole pressure off there, is much quicker.
But that's not even it. The spine's one thing, it's one component. We've got to talk about muscles. We've got to talk about your brain and how it potentially helps that as well. There's an awful lot that we're going to cover.
But let's show how you can start using this.
Yeah, can we show how do you set it first?
Yeah, so what you would do, if I just get, actually let's get Elise to just step off so we can take it from the top and show how easy it's to use, because we talk about one, two, three. That's it, 3 steps. That's all you've got to do in order to get
it even says it
into
here, by
position.
The way.
This is it.
Set height, set angle, lock ankles.
That's it.
Really straightforward instructions,
and also,
really user-friendly.
Yeah, and this is it. If you have never used something like this before, you don't want it to feel intimidating.
Absolutely.
You don't want it to feel scary.
Yes,
First of all, I just want to point out that this comes 85% assembled.
Yes, it's very easy to do.
And
now, if you're older, you might want a little help to do it.
But we also, Teeter also have an app which is called the Built app, and what that does is actually gives you kind of 3D video guidance, which will take you through how to put the rest of those kind of the handles into place and just put the main components together.
That's so invaluable, because you can sometimes get those little pictures and you just can't sort of orientate what angle, which bit. So if you've got a video, that's just so
helpful. And we've all got different learning styles, haven't we? Definitely. Some of us are kinesthetic, some of us are visual, some of us are
look at you, auditory, gustatory, and I want to bet with gustatory.
But the great thing about this is they've just made it super easy for you to use. But the first thing you need to do, and we have preset this for you, is you adjust your height. You set your height. Now, it's really easy. It's got like a pin system there that you just release.
Hold that while you...
And then you just slide it out to the height that is right for you. Now, we worked out that you were...
feet, inches and centimetres.
Yes, so we worked out Elise's perfect height would be 165, which is your height anyway. So you would see the number that says, when it says 165, you might think that that's the next one, which is 167.
See that.
But it's actually the number that you see is the height. If I get out of the way.
Now, bear in mind, and here's a pro tip here, if you do this, if you set this to your regular height and you get on it at the end of a long day on your feet, you might have to adjust the height. Because
if you've shrunk in the day.
And if you use it first thing in the morning before you've started, then you may have to. So, but it's very easy to do. You know you've got the right height when you're the perfect fulcrum. So if you sit on or lie on it and you move one arm back and you start to go back, you know you got the height.
And it's that nice smooth rotation.
Yeah.
What you're aiming for is that kind of 50-50 weight distribution so that you've got that perfect, as you said, balance point.
It may look scary, but I promise you it is easy. It is incredibly satisfying. I would sometimes, because I didn't need the strap, I got to the point where I didn't need the strap, I'd hold the handles and I would just rock myself back and forth. It was like being a baby, and it was just a bit of music, plinky-plonky music.
Comforting. We were talking last night about being in the fetal position and how comfortable that is. So taking you back to your babyhood, that gentle cradling rocking.
Yeah. So we set the height. Do you want to, now let's...
Okay, so the next thing is that we are then going to... So you'll step one leg across Elise, just so that... We've already set the comfort dial foot placement, so it's a little bit high, and you can see that you can have it a little bit lower, a little bit higher, depending on
your size of your shoes or your feet.
The size of your shoes, or whether you've got kind of, you're slightly smaller, slightly taller, because what we want to do is make sure the smallest part of your ankle fits perfectly into the ankle.
What was the maximum height again? Did you say?
So 6'6".
6'6". Maximum weight is?
Is 136 kilograms, which is about 21.5 stone.
21.4 stone, I've just been told. Okay, so you're in.
So we've also got this extra large kind of handle, which allows us to not have to bend over too much, to release it and get that locking, that ankle system in place.
Because this is brand new today. This is the top of the range.
This is the premium. This is the
premium model,
X3. And this is the range that is the newest range, and we're bringing you all the bells and whistles, but for an incredible price. So I'm going to get you to push that, release it, pop it round the ankles, because you've got that amazing foam that's locked in place. You've also got the micro adjustment, which securely locks those ankles in space.
In there,
in space or place.
In place.
In place.
Whatever you like. Now I'm going to get you to lie back so that your head is on the cushion. You can see that we also have those acupressure points in place as well. Now from here, in order to rotate, we showed you earlier, but we're just going to get you to gently,
very slowly,
take one arm overhead.
And if you start to go too fast, just pull back. Then you see you've got literally precision control.
You are completely in control of that speed of rotation and the extent of rotation.
And then,
so you can see there that now she's probably she's about 30 degrees.
About 30. Now, even there are benefits. Even there, you're getting decompression.
Yeah, I can feel it already.
Can you feel that it's kind of elongating and lengthening that spine?
I am feeling longer.
Now, Elise is a little red in the face, but that's a good thing. Tell us why that is.
What we're doing now is we're getting that blood flow to the brain. So we're starting to get that circulation and blood flow, which...
It's like having a cup of coffee.
It is.
I'd get on this in the morning for 20 minutes and I didn't even need coffee.
It's the natural kind of caffeine, isn't it? That natural hit where... And also they kind of say... inversions, yoga inversions and things like that, where the hips are higher than the head.
Getting your ankles above your head kind of thing.
That allows us to kind of get central nervous system benefits.
Well, you
as well.
think about
really
that absolutely.
relaxing.
Any time you've sort of got any injury, there's that advice to elevate your limbs above the level of your heart.
Good point, because what I would say is if you do have any injuries or pre-existing conditions, talk to your doctor first. They'll know what an inversion table is. And just ask them. Oh, there we are. Sorry, there's not a number on that one. And just ask them, and they will tell you whether you're okay to use it or not. On the subject of that, who can't use it? Definitely if you're pregnant.
So if you're pregnant, this isn't right for you. If you've got any kind of eye conditions, things like glaucoma, where we can't be putting pressure onto that area.
Heart conditions.
And any heart conditions. But if you've got any pre-existing conditions, we always recommend just check with your consultant or your doctor.
So Elise can't go any further because, again,
Can I go further, or is this
can go
No, I'm saying in her current position, She can't because she's reached the balance, the counterbalance point.
What she can do to increase that kind of decompression is push onto the handles, those traction handles. Yeah. So if you just push into that one, Elise, then you can feel how that is just increasing.
Oh, it really is. I'm already...
At that shallower angle, it's increasing that decompression by pushing through, using your body weight.
Yeah, to do it. But if you raise your other arm, of course, then, but again, slowly, if you go too fast, just bring it back.
But also because it's got the tether, it's stopped me right at that point.
And this is it. This is a really good kind of, it's a really good thing when you're first starting, because we don't want you to go too quickly. It's all about familiarising yourself with the teeter. It's about building up frequency as opposed to the length of time.
Yes.
This is something that you only have to use in your life. Initially, at least, we would say 1 to 3 minutes, maybe a couple of times a day as you build up. Okay, when you are more familiar with it, it's only 3 to 5 minutes, a few times
a day. Try getting me off that after 3 to 5 minutes. You're blooming kidding me.
It's really lovely, and I'm feeling those acupressure nodes that are on there.
Yes.
They're
right
included,
in the right
aren't
they?
They do.
Yeah.
So they,
you can take them off if you don't want them.
Absolutely. So they come, you can see that we've got them on the other model, which is fully foldable. Again, it's fully foldable.
It'll go down the side of a closet. You know, you can slide it under your bed.
Absolutely.
And the footprint itself is only about sort of 4 foot by 3 foot.
Do you know what I always say? If you have got the space for a yoga mat,
good point.
Because a yoga mat is longer, isn't it?
Yeah. By the way, you also get a complimentary lumbar support too, which is another optional feature if you want it. We'll talk about that a little later. If you've got any questions, and I'm sure you have many, then please do email studio@shopontv.co.uk. If you want to also message through the website, you can do that at shopontv.co.uk. Look, if you're someone who's very active, works out a lot, maybe if you're a professional sports person or even an amateur sports person, this is going to be absolutely invaluable for you, we believe. But if you're just a person, a live human person being, this has benefits that once you try this, you will go, oh my God, where has this been all my life? It's one of those weird things where it looks weird, it's kind of, and it's almost hard to explain. It's about a leap of faith. You will, I believe, be absolutely addicted to this once you've started using it. It becomes part of your daily routine, and it really does make you feel so good in so many ways. We haven't even started talking about muscle stretching. We haven't started talking about internal organ alignment as well, which is another thing. As the aging process, as gravity works on us, it literally brings us down. This is a way to get rid of your hang-ups by hanging up.
Get your happy back with a popular FitSpine X3 featuring the deluxe Easy Reach ankle system and extra long handles with additional traction grips to maximize your stretch. The smooth FlexTech table design encourages your spine to decompress and elongate better than on any other inversion table surface. And the 8-point floating suspension system moves with you, so you can flex, twist, and stretch with absolute ease. Plus, attach the bonus lumbar bridge to help target the lower back and square misaligned hips. Place acupressure nodes anywhere on the tracks for targeted trigger point relief at 4 varied intensities. The large Stretch Max handles offer added support and are optimally placed on the frame to help you twist and stretch. The Easy Stretch traction handles enhance your decompression at lesser angles of inversion. With a long handle that reduces the need to bend, the stainless steel Deluxe Easy Reach ankle lock system micro-adjusts for a perfect fit and features a secondary locking mechanism that engages when you invert. Ergo Embrace ankle supports are engineered to wrap comfortably around your ankles with thick foam to evenly distribute pressure and a hard outer shell to ensure security. Just set it, lock it, recline and relax. Teeter Precision Balancing gives you total control with minimal effort, using simple arm movements to shift your body weight and return upright. Pre-select your angle of inversion with the adjustable easy angle tether with guides to 20, 40, or 60 degrees, or remove the tether and lock out in full inversion for advanced stretching and exercise. With the free Teeter Move app, you get subscription-free inversion coaching to help you feel better and move better every day. Access getting started tutorials, guided inversion sessions, and more. rated up to 300 pounds user capacity. With a 4x safety factor up to 1,200 pounds, the Teeter X3 adjusts for users between 4 feet 8 inches and 6 feet 6 inches and easily folds for compact storage. With heat-treated high-gauge steel and key components, Teeter Inversion tables are built to last. Unlike some brands that cut costs with low-quality materials susceptible to fatigue, Teeter Inversion tables are safety certified by UL and outperform the competition in comparison testing for quality, endurance, and rotation control.
By the way, the gentleman in the orange shirt there was Roger Teeter. So, but I just want to say a quick word about quality. This thing is built like a blooming tank. It's not that heavy, but it is made. I mean, they have put this through. They call it in the airline industry Six Sigma, and Six Sigma means that it's made to such high standards that it's almost impossible to fail, and that even when you reach the recommended tolerances, there is still so far you can go. Like they say 300 pounds. Now I'm more than that, and I won't get on it because legally that would be irresponsible on the air. But if I were at home, I would personally trust it. I'm not suggesting you do. Stick to the maximum recommended weight, which is 300 pounds, 21 stone, or however many kilogram thingies, whatever those are.
Well, this is the thing. You know, Teeter is the gold standard of inversion tables, isn't it? Yeah. It's you know, it's a company that's been around for nearly 45 years, 44 years, and it is the market leader, and it's the market leader for a reason, and it's because Roger Teeter was an aircraft engineer. So the engineering quality, the design, the materials that have been used are to the highest of spec and standard.
Yes.
And you know that is why people have bought these machines and are still using them 20 years later.
Tens of thousands of people have bought this from when I worked with Roger.
Over 3 million people users of Teeter Inversion tables.
And I would say the bits that you put together, you are not responsible for any bits that could fail or go wrong. That's all hard built in. You are basically putting a bit of plastic on, you know, a couple of little bits on the handles, and you're then attaching the sort of the rotatey bit to the basey bit. That's it. It's so easy. But if you did notice the gentleman in the orange shirt, you will see that he was a man of some age, and but looked rather buff for 84. He managed to get to, looking like an Olympian. And this is one of the things that he puts. I mean, obviously he did a lot of exercise as well, but he used this religiously. And you know, it was originally called Hang-Ups, and he then bought the brand, and it became the Teeter table. And you know, instead of me trying to explain it to you, why don't we hear it straight from the horse's mouth? Here's Roger.
As an engineer, I knew I could design a more comfortable and easier way to invert right in your own home. So my wife and I started this company in 1981. Over the years, we made more than 100 innovations to that first table of mine.
The inversion made such a difference in freeing up my life, you know, not just for skiing, but to have a life again with the family.
Roger definitely practices what he preaches. He inverts daily, sometimes twice a day. He's 77 years old now, and he's still as active as he was when he was younger. He's as active as many men half his age, and credits inversion for helping him to be able to do the things he does at his age.
Again, consult your doctor if you are getting up there in years. But I know people who have said their doctors actually said, oh, actually, that would be really good for you.
Yes.
People with injuries as well.
Yes.
Now, again, we can't diagnose and say, if you have a particular injury, you should use this, but your doctor will know. And actually, these tables have been recommended to patients by doctors.
Well, they have. So my husband, Philip, he had a back injury 20 plus years ago, and he drove 40 minutes to a hospital in Hammersmith for once a week for many months as part of his recovery after his back surgery, and he loved it. He really felt the benefit of it, but it wasn't a thing that was available to him. He had to go there. So if he had one at home, he would have used it every day.
Sure.
And who knows sort of how rapid his improvement would have been. But he said it was fantastic for him. So, I mean, and I've been on it for a few minutes and I'm already in love. And I'm very active. I play a lot of tennis, I do yoga and Pilates, and I mean, my yoga teacher, Rosie, hello, if you're watching.
And you're a mum of two.
And I'm a mum of two, and I go running and all of this, and I just think something like this would just be such a good complement to a very busy, very active life. It would also be a big compliment to a sort of more staid and steady life.
But it goes the other way. If you are sedentary and not getting around much, and you're not stretching and you're not decompressing, you're sitting around a lot, then that also, Kelly, that's when this really comes into play. Can we talk quickly? I want to get as much information out as I can so people can understand and make up their minds to buy this now. Let's talk about internal organs. Let's talk about muscle stretching and anything else I've forgotten. Oh, and the price as well. Let's do the price first.
Huge.
Have a look at this. Huge. Go on. Do tell.
I was going to say, that, you know, in terms of what the price that you're getting this special price compared to, you know, other retailers out there, you're getting an amazing deal.
And Robert Dias, $549.99. Teeter online, that's Roger's website, $499.99. Back Care online, $479. Amazon, $499, and Think Sport, $429.99. Ours is $299.99.
That is outrageous, Rob.
£129 off.
It's incredible,
the
isn't it?
Price there.
For something that you can have in your home that you can use on a daily basis to improve the health of your spine, to release tension in the muscles, to realign temporarily, but to realign the body, which is going to take the pressure off the spine as well, to rehydrate the discs and just to, you know, temporarily put us into that better postural position.
And put everything inside all back where it's supposed to be, you know.
And you don't need to leave home to do it.
No.
You don't need to travel somewhere. You don't need to pay extra money. You've already got that in your home.
Did you notice also with
price.
those whether it's being sold? I think that proves that, look, this is not some fad that's just come over from America.
No, these are trustworthy retailers.
Yes, it's out there. You know, this is a known thing. It's just maybe you didn't know about it.
Well, I think the fact that this has been used by over 3 million people worldwide
it goes to
is a fact that, you know, inversion isn't a new thing. This was discovered by Hippocrates back in something like 400 BC. But at that point, he made you hang off ladders.
Teeter wasn't.
So he wasn't.
Roger, rather.
This is a much easier, a much safer, a much smoother way for you to get those decompression
benefits. I bet you the table that Phil went on.
Yes.
Wouldn't have been as good as this.
Oh, no.
I mean, this is up to professional, you know, sort of...
This is all bells and whistles, isn't it?
Well, they've been working on this for over 30 years.
Yeah, 40 years,
40 years, and exclusively doing these Teeter tables, right?
Every time they just improve the kind of the components, they improve the smoothness of the rotation. But, you know, everything that you're seeing in terms of the X3 and why this is so much better than other models, it's firstly, one of the key things that I love is the fact that you've got that premium ankle locking system. So we've got the really lovely kind of foam cups that support the ankles, but they also fit perfectly secure.
And it's very comfortable. You know, they really hold you snug.
They do. You're very snug. You're very secure. I had no doubt at all that I was going to be held.
You feel
and it wasn't uncomfortable. It wasn't rigid or tough or tight. It was just secure and comfortable.
And that's because we've got that micro adjustment with the handle as well. So with the previous systems, there were only it was a pin system, and you maybe only had 3 or 4 different options. With this, we can actually adjust it so it's as securely round the smallest part of our ankle. You hear that?
So press the button does the big ones, and then pushing it does the small ones.
That's it. You can hear that little click of confidence, which just tells you that it's locked firmly around the ankles. Once you've got that in place, you've also got that Flex Tech bed behind us, which is on that kind of 8-point suspension system, if I could even get the words out, which just means it's floating on the frame as opposed to it being rigid on the frame. And that means that we're gonna get a bit more flex. We're gonna get a bit more comfort with it. It means that as we move, this is going to move with us.
Let's go through these. So you've got, obviously, it's the FitSpine X3 inversion table. It is the latest and greatest from Teeter, and we've just got it in. Deluxe Easy Reach ankle lock system, Kelly talked about. The lumbar bridge, which you can take on. No, you can take off, or you can put on if you wish to. You get the acupressure nodes. Again, they are removable if you wish. You've got the headrest pillow, the Stretch Max handles, so you can really get the most out of your inversion. The Easy Reach traction handles, the full assembly instructions, but there are online videos on the app as well. Full colour user guide. The support is superb in terms of what is available online and also with the Teeter Move app and the Built app and everything else. And it's completely subscription free. You don't, once you paid your £300, That's it. Unless you want to get, we've got an extra sort of deluxe cover or pad that you might, there are a couple of little accessories that you might want to add. 10% of the stock is already in baskets. I know this takes, we said, a little bit of time to understand. Hand on heart, and again, on the lives of everyone near and dear to me, and the nearest and dearest is standing over there, I swear to you, I promise you, that no matter who you are, whether you're young and fit and active, whether you are older and sedentary and inactive, and everywhere between, this is one of those things you never thought or knew you needed, but you do. And you will, you know, if you can say, oh, I'm really tired, I'm going to go have a lie down. It's far better to lie down, even at 30 degrees. I used to I had to put the strap on sometimes because I'd almost fall asleep on this thing. It's just, it's relief. It's relief body-wide. You think, what is making you ache? What is making, eventually as you get older, maybe curving your spine? What is making parts of you sag? Right? It's gravity over the many, many years that we're on this earth.
And gravity affects all of us. Doesn't matter how active or inactive you are. We are all standing. We are all sitting, which we were talking about being just abominable.
And more now, so, you know, working from home and in front of desks.
There's stats that say we sit for somewhere between 12 and 14 hours a day.
Oh God, yeah.
So between
that's most of your waking hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's your waking hours, and then we're lying down for maybe, if we're lucky, 6 to 8 hours a day. So there's not a lot of time where we're getting that movement and allowing our body to go back into realignment. But are we even realigning the body? Because we have...
No, because lying down doesn't do it.
But also we tend to have poor postural habits as well, don't we? Because
I know I do,
of tech neck. You know, we are all a lot more forward neck, because we're looking at tablets and phones much more, which is putting more pressure on the spine. So we need to get that spine back into better alignment. We can do that temporarily by using the teeter. We want to release those muscles that are getting tight and maybe overworking. And maybe what we're finding, you know, when we just saw that kind of
nearly a quarter of the stock has gone, by the way. You need to be actually quite quick. People are just about, people are getting it. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Well,
I think this is the thing. If you are somebody that is suffering with discomfort in that area, and you are looking for relief, decompression is reducing the pressure on the spine.
Well, let's put it like this. Let's say you're older and you're aching everywhere. And let's face it, as we get older, you know, you wake up one morning and go, God, blimey, my back hurts. And you go and talk to the doctor and he goes, yeah, that's 40. And then... And then you can hardly get up, and then that's 50. And it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. So the point is that if you have any issues like that whatsoever, just from age alone, this is the relief to your suffering. Also, if you are a gym rat, like these ladies here who are putting me to shame, then for goodness sake, you get on this 5-10 minutes before you go to the gym, and you get a super stretch.
And I've used it post-workout.
And post-workout too.
I find that I really get that release in muscle tension. I went to the gym the other day and everything felt really stiff. Got back on here and I just felt for just a couple of minutes. Remember, we are only needing to use this from 3 to 5 minutes. We're not asking you
for it to be beneficial.
For it to be beneficial.
Yeah, but you won't want to get off it. You won't. Believe me, trust me.
But it's more about the regularity of using it rather than the time that you're on here.
Small and often.
Small and often,
Small portions, many courses.
Well, this is what Rosie, my yoga teacher, who is fantastic, she said you should be doing some spinal decompression every single day.
Nothing does it better than the spine.
Indeed, and this, you don't need anybody else, you don't need a gym instructor telling you to get into the correct posture, into the correct position to do it. You just do this on your own, in the comfort of your own home, every day, and then you're meeting those needs
and
for
if you have
your spine.
Any back pain, if you have any back issues, if you have any muscle pain, if you have any muscle issues, if you are in recovery for anything that is back or muscle related, talk to your doctor, because they may very well say that this is absolutely something that will provide you relief. Now, they may not. Now, bear this in mind. We have a refund policy. So just when you get it home, before you take it out the box and put it together, take the instructions out. And if you need, take some snaps on your phone and send them to your doctor. Or if the doctor's nearby or you've got an appointment coming up, show them the instructions, or her, and say, can I use this? Would this help me? I think a lot of people will get an answer yes to that, or yes, but under these conditions, and in some cases it'll be no. And then all you have to do is return it, and you'll get your money back. It's as simple as that. Delivered to your door for £7.95. Given the weight of this, that is remarkable. I couldn't even barely get a letter down the street for £7.95. Now, unfortunately, I'm ever so sorry that it is mainland UK only. So to our viewers in the islands and Highlands and in Northern Ireland, we can't get this to you yet. We are working on it. But also, you save the money now. £129 off the lowest price we could find in retail. Most places it's £500 or more. But you've got to check out, there is now competition to get it. We only have a few of them. We're getting to that point where it's make your mind up time. If you don't, then you're going to find that you go to buy it and somebody else will have nabbed it from you. I know it's a considered purchase, and I'm not expecting you to get caught up in the rush here. Make an informed decision, please, and I hopefully will help you make that. If you have a question, ask us. We will answer it live in the studio. Kelly will answer it for you. Lisa, whatever so low blood pressure. If you have low blood pressure, can you use it?
So again, we'd always say consult your GP. You know, there is no real reason that you couldn't with low blood pressure, but I would always check first.
Absolutely. It's a simple call to the surgery, really, isn't it? And they'll know what these are. And plus, you can show them, you can send them the link from Shop on TV, from the website, and they will know immediately what this is. But yeah, please, honestly, please, I really care about you as our viewers. I know I don't know you personally, but I genuinely, this is why, we were talking about this last night, why I do this job. It's probably the best thing you can buy. Look, it doesn't clean, it doesn't wash, it doesn't cook, it doesn't bake. It doesn't do a lot of the things that our other products do, which are nice to have and sometimes are almost must-haves for the home. This is, to me, an absolute must-have. Anyone, if you are alive and kicking, this will improve the quality of your life. Do you know what? Sometimes I get terrible cramps. And I mean cripplingly painful cramps, and it's the worst pain ever, isn't it? So I don't have an inversion table at the moment because I don't have room in my flat for it. But when I lived in America, I don't know if I mentioned I used to live in America, for 15 years straight I had an inversion table, and then in the UK, when I did have room in my flat, I was earning more money back in those days. Back in the 90s, I had one as well. So actually, I've had 2 of these over my lifetime. And if I got cramp, I'd just jump on this. If I had a muscle pain, I'd just jump on this. If my back was a bit, I'd just jump on this. If I was feeling tired and lethargic, you just experienced it, jump on this. Well, don't jump on it, get on it carefully. And you will end up with that, again, that wonderful wash of blood to the head. It's just like getting a cup of coffee or a caffeine-infused drink or an energy drink.
It's really invigorating. It was, and yeah.
So I just want to show you a quick tour around it, and then I'm going to get Elise to get back on it.
Yeah, while you do that, we had a question, I think. Do we have a question? Adam, he works a lot in the office and sometimes gets aches in his back.
Absolutely,
he says,
Adam.
Would it be useful to Adam?
Yes, Adam, yes.
This is perfect for anybody that is feeling that discomfort into the back, because that is about gravitational pressure on the back. What we want to do is use gravity to its advantage and then take the pressure off the back.
Right, we're getting some good questions. Keep them coming.
Okay.
So Susan is asking the classic question that probably a lot of you are thinking, have been concerned about. And that is that once you go back, can you get yourself back up again?
This is all about precision balance.
Yes.
So this is about you adjusting it to the height. You've got different kind of points, 3 different pivot points as well that you set for your right weight, and it's all within the guide that's there to keep it.
And
really
you've got the
simple
strap.
and easy.
You can set it so you can only go back so far, and you ain't going back any further. No matter
you
what.
are moving using your own body weight.
Shall I get on again and we can do that?
Can we do it? Before you do, I'm going to suggest, we want to grab the other side, Kelly. I'm going to suggest we move it sideways, like this. All right, I'll do it. Don't worry, I'll do it. Oh, actually, that's what that camera's for. Never mind. Sorry. Shall I move it back? We'll move it back in a minute.
So we are going to get Elise to just step over.
Yeah.
So if you just release that a bit further,
then I've got a bit more space to get the legs into
the actual ankle supports.
And it doesn't move at all when I'm sat here, but while I'm preparing myself, nothing is moving. I'm feeling really secure.
So you've got those amazing ergo embrace kind of cups that are around the ankles. So we've also increased the comfort dial, and what I mean by the comfort dial is you've got 2 levels of kind of height placement for the feet. So we've got it at the right level for you.
Yeah.
And then from
I totally ruined it because now we can't get shots of it. I'm such a wally. I'm so sorry.
We'll move it back
in a minute. We'll move it back in. I just didn't. It's that camera so far away. I didn't even think about it.
But what you showed is, you know, it's not that weighty. It's about 29 kilograms.
Rob's torn it.
So from here, this is what we're talking about in terms of you controlling the rotation and the speed of that rotation. You are always in complete control with this. So you're going to lie your back down, placing your head onto the cushion, and then what I'm going to do is get you to, at this point, you can see that Elisa's got that good balance point.
Yeah, and how do you know when you've got the balance right?
Because what's going to happen is you're going to feel that rotation control.
And you won't move...
a gentle speed rather than...
Yes, but when you're in this position with your arms forward...
So I was, but I didn't have my weight distributed the right way. And just a little adjustment, you'll notice it. It's like, I think it's like when you're driving a car and finding that friction point, you will find it with your body. And now I know I'm secure.
But also you've been on it already, so you're already starting to stretch. So that will change possibly the height setting.
So the things that will affect that balance point are the comfort dial, because obviously if you've got it on the wrong size, there's a little bit more
you're lower down or higher up.
A little bit more movement, more wiggle room there. So we need to make sure that ankles are securely in place and the comfort dial is supporting the foot.
A third of the stock now spoken.
So amazing.
It's probably going to sell out in the next half an hour or so. So as soon as you can, please. And you've got PayPal if you want to spread the cost interest free. Karen.
The other things that affect are the pivot points, and as we said, it's easy to change into those 3 different pivot points. Number 1 is if you kind of under 120 kilograms. Number 2 is kind of that more balanced rotation. Number 3, we kind of call it the slow coach, and it's much more controlled.
Because otherwise we'll never get the shot. Sorry. Let's just fix it now, shall we? Thank you. But you see how easy it is to get out of that as well.
Very
straightforward. Would you mind helping me? It's not heavy, but if you go on one side of it, it's hard to do. Right.
There we go. We're back. We're back.
So I think it would be worth maybe adjusting these comfort dials, because I was feeling that.
So did you feel like you had a little bit more give? So what we've got is the ability, that's the lower.
So I think that will probably be right for me.
Okay, yeah.
And it's just a case of rotating those comfort dials. You'll feel that one is slightly higher and then one is slightly lower. So you're just turning it to get that right position. Now you want to release the extended handles so that those foam cups kind of fit really securely around the ankles.
There we go.
And you can feel that you've got that micro adjustment there as well, so you can get it as tight as you need to around the ankles.
And to swivel it, depending, I suppose, probably on the angle or the sort of depth of your...
So the first thing we do, we set the height. We've set that already for Elise. So you're 165 centimetres in height. We've set it to 165 centimetres. We've locked the ankles securely in place. Now the next thing is that Elise is just going to gently lower herself back using the arms. We've got the tether strap in place as well, the angle tether strap, and we've got it angled to preset to 60 degrees.
Yeah. No, you're too low down now. That's the No, so you said, oh, you're okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just controlling myself.
No. Okay. Fine. I'm sorry. I was just trying to. Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Oh, it's fine. Never mind, Rob.
I was just going slowly for dramatic effect, Rob.
I do that. Remind me to move this forward when you get off next time as well.
But we can see there at this position.
Half the stock gone now, folks. Half the stock. You need to check out. Please. I'm sorry. We knew once the penny dropped.
I think this is it. When people start to realise that it's that relief that's gained when you're in that decompressed position, when you're getting the muscles relaxing, when we're getting the tension out of muscles that hold us in place all day, when we are kind of unwinding those muscles, when we're decompressing the spine, when we're allowing that space to appear around the disc, all of this is temporary. It's a maintenance program.
Because once you stand up again, gravity starts doing its thing.
And it's like anything. It's like brushing your teeth. It doesn't. It's not a one-off thing. It's something you have to build up to get those full benefits.
He always used to say to me, if you use it regularly, then you're spending a certain amount of every single day anti-gravity's deleterious effects. So you're helping yourself.
Yeah, your discs.
So the more you use it, the better, I think.
And your discs will love you for it, because let's face it, we are decompressing those, or we are compressing those discs constantly throughout the day. And what happens is the fluid that's within the disc gets kind of taken out of the disc. They get stiffer, they get less flexible, and it makes movement a little bit more difficult. But when those discs harden and get less flexible, that's when we've got more chance of maybe things getting trapped, things getting kind of pinched.
Sure. I just want to recommend, sorry, as things come, I get excited. I've got to, and this and this and this. So if you happen to be a manager, or if you have a small business, or if you have a big business, may I recommend you get one of these for the break room, if you have room for it, for the office generally, because especially if they're all sitting in front of computers all day long, it's absolutely brilliant for them to just pop in for 5 minutes and get a bit of temporary relief. Yeah, and it is a relief from your suffering. Gravity is responsible for pretty much most aches and pains that aren't an illness, you know, or an illness-related thing, and so going the other way against gravity can only help.
You're using it to your advantage, aren't you? But let's talk about why Teeter over other
Please,
brands. Yeah. Because first and foremost, it's the legacy of the fact that this is a company that's been around for nearly 45 years. They are the gold standard.
Leader in the field.
And the market leader in inversion tables. They are constantly...
The most trusted name, really, that I know.
I think the fact that you've got over 3 million users of this inversion table kind of supports the fact that, you know, they are known for reliability. They are known for durability. People have their tables for 20 years plus. But it's the fact that the actual components themselves, this is made from heat-treated steel. You know, a lot of inversion tables are just made from normal steel. And this is certified by the UL, so the Underwriters Laboratory. This had to go through testing of 30,000 rotations. So it was 30,000 rotations. They then took it to 40,000 rotations. And then that's when the UL said... that, you know, that's enough.
It's going to be way past the person's lifetime.
However, compared to 4 other competitor brands that they tested on the day, and those 4 competitor brands failed on about 3,000 rotations. So remember, this did 40,000 rotations, not this particular model, but Teeter tables.
3,000's not even a lot. I mean, I'd probably
do... About 11% of the spec, I think they said.
I'd probably do... Well, let me work it out. I'd probably do 50 in a sitting. So that's 100 in a day. In 2 days. So, you know, is that even a year before it could have failed on me? And you don't want to be buying some cheap knockoff from far away. And you don't know. Here you do. Here you have absolute confidence and peace of mind. And here's what people say about it as well. You know, they love it for a reason. I wouldn't want to be upside down on a piece of kit that could fail at any minute, would you? Are you going to take your life into your hands, literally, possibly, with inferior products? I would recommend you not to do that. This has been tried, tested, proven in every conceivable way to be incredibly durable. And again, at the maximum weight of 300 pounds, 21 stone, it is probably... There are still way more tolerance before it even would come close to failing. You are so safe on this. With the strap, you never go back further than you want to. You let it grow with you. And if you've got this for 20 years, what a steal of a price. Here's what some people have had to say about it.
When I first saw the Teeter on TV, I wasn't quite sure about it. I almost thought it was a gimmick. I had no idea that the Teeter was going to be that effective on me. I was amazed with the very first day I used it, it was day and night difference for me. Felt like I was recharged, energetic, and ready to go back out and do whatever I was doing earlier that day. The more I use it, the more I enjoy it, and the more I think it helps me.
It's very relaxing, it's very centering. I sleep through the night, I don't wake up constantly. I'm not afraid to take a dance class or to take a yoga class, you know. I feel like I can do normal activities that other people my age are doing, and that gives me hope.
To describe the way it feels when you actually use the Teeter is just pure freedom of knowing that something in your back is getting better. Everything says that this seems like it should be wrong, but it feels so right.
When I got my teeter, that's when it all changed for me. And the more I worked my back, the more relief my back gave me. And that's when I knew that this machine really works. It's so simple and yet so effective. If it wasn't for the teeter, I wouldn't be the person I am today. It put the smile back on my face.
It is this smooth, just seamless machine. Having my back feel good on a regular basis is priceless. You know, age is just, it really is just a number. It's how you feel. I feel like I gained like 10 years back onto my life. You know, I feel like, hey, you know, I can be in my dance class with the 20-somethings and feel good again, you know.
And if you are a 20-something, you can use it if you do dance, if you exercise, if you play on a team. This is like Kelly and Elise do. This is absolutely perfect for you. It's really anyone of any age. Now, we had a question from Jordan. Can you use it if you have scoliosis and is it kyphosis?
Kyphosis.
Kyphosis.
I think with anything, we're not, you know,
we're not medical
doctors, medically
no. I just play one on
trained,
TV.
so I would always check with your GP first. I wouldn't want to give you any kind of wrong information, so just check.
But again, if you have any kind of condition, back, muscle, neck, leg, whatever it may be, that you think from the logic of what this does and what this is, could help you, I would recommend the following. And you don't have to do this, but if you want to make sure you get it when you find out that it is right for you, now here's what I recommend you do. As I say, we have a refund policy. It's a 30-day refund policy. So get it, buy it, order it. You can spread the cost interest-free on PayPal, Pay in 3 if you want to. Just select PayPal at checkout, and then that will take you to PayPal. Log into your account, or create an account, and then say pay later, and it'll take you through a few basic questions to approve you for that. And once you are approved, the order will be placed. You'll get it. Don't take it out the box, okay? If you want, you can take the instructions out the box. Just leave it aside until you've had a chance to talk to your GP. And if they say, or your physiotherapist, and again, so many physiotherapy, what are they called, patients that are recommended to use these historically that I've heard of, people that I've known. But again, you talk to your physiotherapist, your doctor, your medical professional, whomever they be, or whatever specialisation they have. And if they say, yeah, well, do you know what, actually, yeah, we have people, like with Phil, when he had his slip disc and he had his surgery, and he actually went to use it on a regular basis, then you've got it. And the reason why is because we're now at almost 3/4 of the stock gone, and we are, what are we? It's 1:30. We're going to move off this shortly and go and see some of the other products. So it probably is going to sell out, and usually once we stop talking about it, that's when everyone goes, oh, I better get it. If you do it the other way around and talk to your GP and come back in a couple of days, it will be out of stock. And I don't know when it's going to, I mean, these are hard to get into stock. It took us a while. We only got as many as we got. So I just want to make sure that you get yours without fear of missing out.
And I don't think we can guarantee this amazing price after this evening either, because this is a phenomenal price.
It's a launch price, yeah.
For an amazing model of...
Can we say the prices again?
The X3. Yeah. Which is premium.
It's the best one you can buy, basically.
All the best features.
It feels so good. It's so smooth and easy to use. I found it so straightforward.
Yeah.
Very quickly, I could get the control that I needed to have it work for me.
And the comfort, and you feel safe.
Yep.
That's the thing. People think, am I going to feel out? No, you feel safe. So, robertdias.co.uk, $549.99. Teeter Online, the actual company's website, $499.95. Back Care Online, $479. Amazon, $499. And ThinkSport, $429.98. But we have it for £299.99. That is £129 lower than the lowest price we could find anywhere in the country. There are lots of back care specialists. There are lots of specialist websites that deal with backs and muscles and rehabilitation and all of that kind of stuff that do sell inversion tables, and some of them these too. But again, our price, we've been told and guaranteed by the supplier, is the lowest in the land by a very high margin. But once it's sold out tonight, we go to get it back. Kelly's absolutely right, we might not be able to get it back.
So we've got some more questions that have come in about the table as well.
Go ahead, yeah.
So what have we got, Leslie? Claire and Sean want to know if you can go on your front, on your belly.
No.
Simply no.
It's built for us to lie on it on our back, for us to be able to decompress the spine.
I like your thinking, though. That would be quite... Well, it'd be like Superman, wouldn't it?
And Samuel would like to know what the frame is made of.
Okay,
is it durable?
Yeah, it's high carbon, heat treated steel. So you have got the highest strength. You're going to get reliability and durability.
And everything, every nut, every little bit is made. It could probably, I don't know exactly what the statistics are, but I bet you it could take twice the pressure and weight. And
well, we know that it can do 40, you know, it stopped
40,000
rotations. Yeah. And that's when they stopped it.
And the others they tested broke. They ran out of time. They just got fed up. The others broke at 3,000.
At 3,000, full competitor.
And how easy is it to assemble?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 85% assembled.
Can we show any of that?
So what you've got is an app that is the built app, which allows you to kind of use it as a guide for putting the extra bits. So most of the table comes assembled.
Yeah, so basically the height thing comes out completely.
Yep, so you're going to put the height adjuster in.
Yeah.
What you're going to also do is put the handlebars on.
Yeah.
And then you're just going to attach the bed. So it really is, you know, maybe half an hour and you're ready to go. But remember, you've got several different ways of kind of following those instructions. You've got the instruction guide that comes with it. And if you are more somebody that prefers to follow kind of video content, you've got that built app which is going to show you exactly how
I think we could, if you wanted to, very quickly before we go over there, just disassemble it. If are you happy doing that, or I can get David on to help with it.
Yeah,
it's really easy.
Yeah.
So
we've got another question. Gary wanted to know.
Yes.
How suitable is it for a 90-year-old who's in relatively good health?
Absolutely. You know, the great thing about Teeter is it's not, you know, it doesn't matter what age, what kind of level of ability you are. This is about health.
Well, Roger was using it to the age of 84.
85.
Again, 85.
And remember, Roger was also somebody that was super active. He, you know, unfortunately, he sort of passed away now. But he was somebody that was still using, you know, he was still skiing, he was still water skiing.
Incredible.
He was still running, he was still cycling, and he contributed all of that to the fact that
he could decompress his spine daily to be able to. I know he was talked passionately about sort of fighting against gravity and what it does to you and how it strips you of your health and your fitness and all of that. And doing this just contributed to his livelihood.
And this is it. It's all about, you know, keeping on top of your mobility, keeping on top of your health, your well-being, and by being able to decompress the spine, take the pressure off, allow that bit of relief, then we're going to be in a better position to stay kind of moving as physically active.
I found it
to be active as long as possible.
We do.
This is just me. This is my personal testimonial. Individual results vary. I used to find it would help with my digestion. Don't do it right after you've eaten a meal or anything. but because it just kind of all of your intestines all get kind of, they all jiggle back into where they're supposed to be temporarily before, you know, when the effects of gravity are reversed.
And also from a breathing point of view, if we're in that hunched over position a lot of the day, then we're compressing our diaphragm, as you said, we're compressing our digestion system, so we're able to open up and allow everything to...
I was quite asthmatic back in the day as well, and I found that if I'd had an incident, then lying on this would help me calm down, and it helped to alleviate. Again, individual results vary. That was just me. Well, we had another question, didn't we?
So this is a question from Susan. She's a Bowen therapist, so she's asking if it can be used within a therapeutic session.
Absolutely. These are used within, you know, there are models that are kind of commercial models that are used within practices and therapies. This could be used within... The first time I ever saw a Teeter Inversion table was in a gym environment. It was being used in a commercial gym for us to be able to use them. You mentioned about using them in offices.
Gyms, if you've got a small gym.
Well, this is it. It was an independent gym. It was a CrossFit gym, and they had one in the corner.
If you're a building manager for an apartment complex or something like that, just make sure that you check, obviously, any codes or, you know, sort of legal things that you have to comply with if you do that. It would be the same thing that would apply to gym equipment, you know. But also, regarding the Bowen's Clinic, I would say this as well. Make sure that you are very familiar with who can use it, who's safe to use it, and who can't, and where the grey area is and a GP's opinion needs to be had. But absolutely, and in fact, I'm not being mercenary here, but you could charge for it. You could charge for sessions with it. But you've got to be very familiar with, obviously, making sure that only people using it are able to use it safely.
And you can see how easy it was, because Kelly needed slightly different adjustments than I did. So if you're using this in your home and you've got multiple people using it, it's so easy just to adjust the settings for everyone's individual needs.
Very quickly, Kelly, are you happy to go fully upside down?
I can do. What we'll need to do is just...
Well, if you go back, I can take the strap off.
You need to take the strap off first.
Okay.
Right, never mind. Well, I could have done that without you getting out, but that's all right. That's fine.
Go ahead.
I thought it was too late now. You're already out. Trying to save you a journey.
You've got that angled tether strap there, which just locks it into place so that you can obviously go out from 20 degrees to 60
The best benefit, if you look at the angle of the back legs, if you can get yourself down to that, that's where the ideal benefits are. But even if you only go halfway, about 30 degrees, you're starting to get you're getting some benefit from it. So you don't even have to, and the whole family can use it. You know, the elderly, the older ones, the elders, can use it perhaps a little bit more understatedly than the youngsters, who can use it for fully inverted sit-ups. Yeah. Are you going fully upside down?
I'm going to have to readjust it to be able to go fully upside down.
OK, we're going to move off it because it's getting close to limited stock. And we're going to give you some time to check out as well. I'm just trying to see what Kelly's decision is. She's sort of...
And you can use these arm
It's not
rails
set for your height, is it?
It's not. I need to readjust it. It's set for Elise's height.
OK, so it will eventually, if Kelly keeps going, it'll click in, right? So now, OK, yeah, we need to reset it. OK, we'll reset it.
But it just shows you the possibility of movement as well.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. It's locked into place. So now it won't go back.
I love the look of this.
Can you do a sit-up? Can you manage a sit-up, do you think?
Wow.
I'm not going all the way. I don't think I can.
You do a few of those and the six-pack's on its way. Yeah, and you can stretch, you can twist from side to side, Kelly.
And we can get those really
That just looks so satisfying. You can just
these are just
feel
the different levels that you can progress with it.
Absolutely.
You know, we are not saying that you have to do this. We're just showing you how it can increase with you.
Yes.
I'm losing my mic. So.
Do you want a hand up, or are you okay?
No, I'm fine.
Okay,
so
fine.
it's really
Again, this is not perfectly set for Kelly's height, which is why. Right. Okay. We'll give you a chance to check out, and I was going to say we'll show you how to fold it up. We'll do that later. It's super easy.
A wonderful piece of equipment for your body, for your well-being. Just really consider it.
Yeah, check out now, and here's why.
Get your happy back with a popular FitSpine X3 featuring the deluxe Easy Reach ankle system and extra long handles with additional traction grips to maximize your stretch. The smooth FlexTech table design encourages your spine to decompress and elongate better than on any other inversion table surface. And the 8-point floating suspension system moves with you, so you can flex, twist, and stretch with absolute ease. Plus, attach the bonus lumbar bridge to help target the lower back and square misaligned hips. Place acupressure nodes anywhere on the tracks for targeted trigger point relief at 4 varied intensities. The large Stretch Max handles offer added support and are optimally placed on the frame to help you twist and stretch. The Easy Stretch traction handles enhance your decompression at lesser angles of inversion. With a long handle that reduces the need to bend, the stainless steel Deluxe Easy Reach ankle lock system micro-adjusts for a perfect fit and features a secondary locking mechanism that engages when you invert. Ergo Embrace ankle supports are engineered to wrap comfortably around your ankles with thick foam to evenly distribute pressure and a hard outer shell to ensure security. Just set it, lock it, recline and relax. Teeter Precision Balancing gives you total control with minimal effort, using simple arm movements to shift your body weight and return upright. Pre-select your angle of inversion with the adjustable Easy Angle tether with guides to 20, 40, or 60 degrees, or remove the tether and lock out in full inversion for advanced stretching and exercise. With the free Teeter Move app, You get subscription-free inversion coaching to help you feel better and move better every day. Access getting started tutorials, guided inversion sessions, and more. Rated up to 300 pounds user capacity. With a 4x safety factor up to 1,200 pounds, the Teeter X3 adjusts for users between 4 feet 8 inches and 6 feet 6 inches and easily folds for compact storage. With heat-treated high-gauge steel and key components, Teeter inversion tables are built to last. Unlike some brands that cut costs with low-quality materials susceptible to fatigue, Teeter inversion tables are safety certified by UL and outperform the competition in comparison testing for quality, endurance, and rotation control.
So I was told, I was overruled, we're not going to dismantle it just now because we might go back to it, but we will when we go back. I promise you, we will show you how to, actually, it's limited stock, it's about to sell out. We've got, basically, if you don't check out now, you've missed it. There are more of these in baskets than we have available. We are now oversubscribed. It is check out now. It's pay your money, whether you do it in one go on a credit or a debit card, 29999, which you can do on the phone as well, 0333 241 241. Or you can do it at shopontv.co.uk, and if you do that online, you can use PayPal if you want to spread the costs over 3 months. But if you don't check out now, you'll have lost your chance to get it, I'm afraid. OK, we've moved on, and this is my TARDIS. Finally got to show it to you. Always wanted to play the Doctor on television. One day, if we are probably aged out by now.
Well, there you go. It's all about make-believe, isn't it?
Well, it's time travel. I can go back to an earlier time, a simpler time.
You can at least feel like you are.
Yeah.
You feel refreshed and revitalised.
Yes, exactly.
Transformed, like the Doctor does every so often.
I bet you the Doctor hasn't got a steam room in his
TARDIS.
I bet he
hasn't.
No.
He might have room for it.
He's got a swimming pool, but yeah. So this is a steam room.
Everybody can have this in their home.
Yeah.
They can have it in a corner of the room. They can have it outside on the deck, because this is a steam room that can be used inside and outside.
Amazing.
Super.
I've got mine currently in an upstairs bedroom. It's just because of the shape of it. And what were we discussing the shape of it earlier?
Superman symbol.
Superman symbol, that was it. Because of the shape of it, it fits perfectly into the corner of a room. So it's not going to take
They make voiceover booths this shape for the same
They
reason.
do, actually, don't they?
Yeah, what a weird inside industry thing to have mentioned. But, you know, too many voiceover artists out there.
You may well be able to convert this into a voiceover studio
You need
as
to
well.
buy this now.
But
do your voiceovers and steam at the same time.
as Elise said, you know, this is just an amazing piece of equipment that is really going to help you to de-stress, to, you know, steam chambers, steam saunas are just
is that lady an option if you buy
popular.
one?
She doesn't actually come with it.
Oh.
No.
Does he?
And
nor do any of the lads.
he doesn't either.
That's a great shame for everybody.
But what you do get is
now you go in looking like me and you come out looking like that. That's not true.
You might feel like that, Rob. You're going to feel so full of vim and vigour.
When I get fit, I tell you, I always use the steam room because
I love them.
We call it a sauna, but it's a steam room. Really,
yes, it is a steam room. And this is the thing that you normally go to if you've gone to a gym. It's the thing, or a spa. It's the thing that you would sit in for a certain amount of time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And just de-stress.
I always had, at my local gym, I always had eucalyptus.
And we can add essential.
We can do that too. We can add
essential oils, because just stood behind you, you can see that we've got the chamber there, which is holds 3.6 litre water capacity.
How long will that last?
So that's going to be about 40 to 60 minutes, depending on which level of
filtered water or just tap water.
You can use just tap water.
Okay.
But you've got 7 different levels that are going to give you a temperature of up to about 50 degrees.
Lovely.
But because this is steam and the humidity levels are going to feel hotter, it's actually going to feel more like a commercial grade steam sauna, which is going to be about 90 degrees.
Question, if you use it outside, what precautions do you take from plugging it in point of view?
Well, you're just going to have it on a flat surface, but in terms of precautions, it's just making sure that it's
the extension cable, you use an outdoor rated extension cable?
An outdoor rated cable, yeah.
But this is all water resistant or waterproof?
All water resistant, but what we've also got is that dispenser there. So what happens is you've got a little hole there that you feed the tube through.
Yeah.
The dispenser then sits inside of the actual unit, and if I just open it up, and that is where you would put your eucalyptus oil.
So that's where your essential oil goes?
So that would go into the actual sauna pod.
Yeah, sauna pod.
Sauna pod.
Yeah, I couldn't get it open. got a slippery hand. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
It's just a gentle twist, Rob.
A gentle twist.
Lefty loosey.
Lefty loosey.
So
yeah.
would you drop your
So
oil?
you would just drop a little bit of oil in there because that's where that steam is being transferred through, and then it's being obviously driven into the actual pod itself.
And it sort of hydrates and I don't know if moisturises is the right word, but I love the steam.
Oh,
on
the
my
steam
skin.
is fantastic.
Do you know the best skin I ever had? When I lived in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, because it's 100% humidity.
But let's remember that you know, things like steam saunas were all the rage years ago, weren't they? Where we would just pop our heads over a steam sauna in order to be able to improve pores and just to detox the face. This is
so it's good for pets as well, because it helps with their pores.
But there are so many benefits, and you can look it up as well, like all of the benefits of steam. And when you want to be helping your voice, if you use your voice for sort of your job, if you do any speaking, all of that steam just clears everything away. If you're feeling unwell, you can feel invigorated from the use of steam. It's not just for sort of relaxing after exercise or any of the, there are so many multitude of benefits.
You can just stick a chair in there, basically.
It comes with a chair.
It comes with a chair.
So if we open this up,
go ahead.
we can
Elise,
see.
do you
So
want to
let's have a little walk round.
I'd love to.
Yeah, would you have a try? My assistant's now going to step into this cubicle.
Here I go.
So at least if we get you to stand inside, you can see how you've got the little chair that comes with it, which the actual size of the unit itself is going to take up to a maximum height of 6'4".
6'4", but there's plenty of room to move around.
We
inside,
had, I think it was Sean Crawley stood in there the other day, and he is 6'4", and he was still able to. There was still a little bit of space there, and then if you want to sit down.
I do want to sit down, Kelly.
And you can see there that it comes with a mat as well. But you've got, you know, your actual steam room, the steam tent.
There's a zip inside, of course, as well.
You have got that zip inside, so you can open it up from the inside. But I just wanted to show you the structure of the actual.
It's letter coded, so it's easy to put together.
10-15 minutes to put it together. I think, you know, we watched David put it together earlier. I've put it together along. I say my husband put it together. I watched him. I supervised.
You let him do it because you could do it very quickly. But you wanted him to feel powerful.
You didn't want to show
be able to do it himself.
Exactly. Didn't want to show him up.
That's what I told him, Elise.
It's like I tell my husband Philip, I can't get this jar open. Please, will you do it for me? You're so strong.
It makes him feel good.
Yes.
Well, I let him put it together because I didn't want to embarrass him.
Yes.
But what we've got is we've got the structure, but we've also got that central bar as well. And a lot of the kind of steam saunas don't have this centralised bar, which means that you then have the risk of this, if you're using it outside, the actual tent kind of flapping around. This is going to make it. I'm not going to close you in.
You don't.
That's okay.
But you can still see us because
you can see her.
that window.
You can see her now, but momentarily.
Hello.
She will disappear.
We're going to lock her in for a second. But
you can see out as well.
You can see out. You can use it comes with a remote control, so she could adjust the temperature. Elise could adjust the temperature using the remote control from inside of this steam sauna. What we've got is that insulation as well. We've got the different levels of insulation. You've got that kind of woven kind of polyester taffeta, which gives you that lovely smooth surface on the outside. But what we've got is a level of premium cotton inside, which is going to give us that extra layer of insulation, so we trap in that steam.
Well, I was going to say,
major benefits.
if you've only got room for it out in your back garden or on your patio or something like that, even on a cold day like today, I think it was only a couple of degrees, you can turn it on with the remote, and then when it's all steamed up, you can go in there and you've got a nice sort of 40, 50 degree, you know, almost like tropical or subtropical.
How amazing would that be? And the thing is, this is in 2,000 watt capacity, so it's going to, you know, in terms of heating up, it's going to be quite quick. It's going to be about 15 minutes to heat up.
And how much will it cost to run?
About 20 pence on average,
for an hour?
Depending on your per use. But that depends on your provider. So up to 60 minutes.
So 20 pence for 60 minutes, depending on your provider. It might be a bit more, might be a bit less.
But
oh, look, it says it on there.
But
I didn't realise that. Ultra hot, see, it's all there, right?
But just to talk about why this is one of the most powerful on the market, if you compare that with other kind of brands that are out there, this is an Australian brand, been around since...
Well, if it's an Australian
must
brand,
be good,
there
eh?
you go. So
now, what would you know about being in a steam room?
Oh, well, we know a lot about being hot, Rob.
You sure do. Is that Jason Momoa?
It did look a little bit like him, didn't it?
But also, I mean, the weather at the moment, I'm going to step out, but it's so cold. February, we need to survive February. The number of parents at the school who are saying, we just need to get through February, we just need to get through February. This is a way to get through February.
Yes.
To feel warm, to feel like you've got that tropical sensation of warmth while it's so cold outside. It's the perfect time.
Question, if you're using it indoors, is it going to heat up the rest of the room, or is it just the person inside?
Just is contained within the actual tent itself. But, you know,
quarter of the stock
when we're talking about different benefits... If you are somebody who maybe doesn't sleep very well, we know that one of the things that they suggest is to have a hot bath or to go in the shower before bed. This is going to promote kind of melatonin release because what we're doing is heating up the body rapidly, but then we're also the heat temperature is lowering quite quickly.
So when you step outside,
so that is stimulating your melatonin. So what you'll probably find is when you come out of here, you're going to have that endorphin release. You're going to feel super relaxed, but you're also going to be feeling more prepared to sleep.
I woke up this morning and I thought, you know what, my melatonin, it needs stimulating. I genuinely thought that. Well, no, but actually, look, here are some testimonials.
So we've got from Heng H, 5 stars, a must-have for your home. The sauna pod is absolutely amazing to have at home without the hassle to leave the comfort of your own home. Definitely recommend it to anyone who loves a steam sauna.
Kelly, your turn.
Okay, let's see. So, simply awesome, and this is from Lee B. So he said, this sauna is exactly what I wanted. It takes around 5 minutes to get up to heat, but then simply step in and enjoy. I was very pleased with how hot it does get and would say that it's as hot as any normal sauna in a gym. I've been using this every day since it arrived, which didn't take long either. All in all, brilliant.
And finally, we have Love My Sauna Pod. This is from Megan E. A friend was raving about her sauna pod. I have a good steam sesh, or I love a good steam sesh, excuse me, and gave up hope of ever having my own because I live in an apartment. Well, this fits perfectly on my little balcony. It works like an absolute treat, surpassed my expectations, and is so much more peaceful and hygienic than the shared steam room at the gym. It's my favourite thing. Yes, where you can get...
That's an amazing point about not sharing with anybody else.
Getting fungus on your foot. And
indeed, you've got full control. It's all just your own fungus, no one else's.
Yes, no sharing of
but
fungi.
But I think this is the thing, isn't it? People are obviously much more concerned now about using steamers and saunas. This is something that we can have in our home. We can use it on a daily basis. It's recommended, the size of it means that it's perfect for an individual.
Even people of a more sizable girth.
Absolutely.
But so a steam room is to this what a house is to a tent, right? A tent is a temporary erection of a
dwelling.
Domicile, a dwelling, if you will. Yes,
I will.
And this is thank you. And this is the same, but oh, I love this woman. Women, I love these women. I just get my coat. I'm surplus. I really am surplus to requirements again. But you could take it on holiday with you. You could take it to the chalet.
Oh yes, if you've got a staycation.
Yeah.
Oh,
glamping.
You don't even have to worry about your Airbnb having this sort of thing available. You've brought it yourself.
No, remember we said, 10 to 15 minutes and you can have this in position. We can have this built. Easy to use, easy to set up, but amazing benefits.
It's just a must-have. I'd love it.
I have to say, as I said, I've got one in as a spare bedroom upstairs. It's used by the whole family and everybody loves it.
Lovely. See, I've just stopped talking. I'm just leaving it to you ladies. 169281 proving very popular. Bring the power of steam to your own home for not £29.99 but for £189.99. We're saving you 120 quid, and it's available at shopontv.co.uk. There it is. Just click on live on air. It's very subtle. You might just see it if you look hard. You can send us a message there if you want. We can't reply to those ones though, just bear that in mind. And remember to check out your baskets for your teeter. So currently, more than half of you who have this in your baskets are going to miss out because of all that we have. We have way more than we have, way more people trying to get it than we have tables available. The lumbar cushion, by the way, is limited stock. So that we didn't even talk about that. That's basically a little pad, a sort of a. How would you describe it, Kelly?
Yeah, it's just a plush padding that is just going to it's just going to take your kind of experience to the next level.
If you want to bouge it up a bit.
It is. It's just a really way to just add that extra level of comfort. But what I love about it is the fact that it's not going to stop that body slide, which is what we need to get that full decompression. Because the way it works, it kind of works on the track system, so it moves with you. It's made from kind of smooth microfiber as well, so it's really
sweat absorbent.
Sweat absorbent. It's micro. What's the other one?
Munchie? No, that's a different thing.
It's easy to clean.
But do you know what?
Antimicrobial.
Antimicrobial. I'd either have a little invert and then go for a steam, or you could go for a steam and then have a little invert, whatever you prefer.
That would be the perfect option, wouldn't it? I think steam first. Let the muscles really warm up and release, and then get on here and get that full maximum stretch and stretch into the joints as well.
You know, I said to you last night, Elise, so I have a thing because I'm polite. That's the way I was brought up and educated. And I'm not going to say to the viewers, if you don't buy this, you're a blooming idiot, because that would be rude. But I would say that to you. Or not a blooming idiot, but I'd say you're missing a trick, or you really are. I would use more colourful language probably.
Because we're very friendly.
That's why I've known this lady for many, many years, and she's married to my best friend. And she has also become one of my best friends. So, but I mean, really, now you've tried that. What do you think?
Oh, it's fantastic. I want one.
There you go. So get one, and I say the same for you. Now let's go from the head. We weren't talking about the head. I was trying to segue. Thank you. From heat to feet.
Oh,
that was Kieran. Very good, Kieran.
He's a poet.
That was excellent. You've stuck your feet in something rather special there, haven't you? I put my foot in it usually, but in a different way.
So we've got a number of kind of wellbeing solutions, smart wellbeing solutions from Renfo, which is a brand that's been around nearly a decade. They were founded in California in 2016, but they
California. Did I mention I used to live in California?
You've mentioned it a few times, Rob. Actually,
yeah.
Oh,
but they bring incredible products that can really help to kind of boost your well-being and kind of just a bit of self-care. And this is for somebody that maybe's been on their feet all day, somebody that finds that they get a lot of tension and pressure into their feet, that their feet at the end of the day is screaming at them.
The dogs
this is
are barking.
A shiatsu foot massager, which is combining compression, so pneumatic air compression, which is kind of squeezing and releasing around the feet. And we've got 4 levels of adjustment there. Have you got yours on?
Have you tried this?
I've put it on. I'm having a lovely time. I'm just sitting here going, this is a wonderful job to sit here.
Quiet.
I went quiet because I'm just reposing with my feet. It's lovely. I think I could go firmer. So how would I adjust the intensity?
We've got 2 different ways that we can control the actual unit. You can either use the remote control, which is magnetic and sits perfectly.
So it stores away with it. You won't lose it. It stays attached to it once you're storing it.
Magnetically attached. Comes with a little battery that just slot into the side there, and then you can change the time because you've got different kind of preset times on there, anywhere up to 60 minutes. You can also adjust the air intensity. You can change the actual. It's got dual function as well, so you've got the knee need intensity and heat as well.
Heat as well?
Everything
perfect for winter.
Like a light.
I'm going to pop the heat on now.
Okay, and I can do that from the remote as well?
You can do it from the remote or you can do it actually from the unit itself.
And you can
okay, so I've got that. And it's very clear that that's on now. There's a little light that came on when I pressed it from the remote. Very straightforward.
Yes. Sorry, ladies. How many have we got left, Leslie? Tables. Right, okay, we only have a handful of the tables left. Yeah, so, and there are nearly more than twice as many in baskets. Sorry.
No, I think that's the thing. People are really kind of understanding now the value of having your Teeter Inversion table and how it becomes part of your maintenance program for keeping your spine as healthy as possible. Yeah. This is about us kind of looking after our body, allowing our body to just realign, taking the tension out of it.
But that's the table. Let's go back to, we'll come back to this, but if you're thinking about getting the inversion table, you must check out now, please. It's I can't give you any more fair warning before you get greeted with the sold out sign.
That's great for your spine. This is great for your feet.
Now, some questions, because I actually know rather a lot about feet. Interesting facts I've picked up over the years. Funnily enough, presenting foot massagers, one of which I bought, and they were bliss. But I've noticed it doesn't sound like a farting steam train.
No,
it's not going.
No, it's very subtle.
It's very quiet.
Because it's not just vibration.
Watch your telly at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Watch your favourite programme. Nice little glass of something, if you like a glass of something, and just utterly relax. This is a gift to yourself for your well-being.
It really
and it's not a massive investment. £119.99, and if you're paying in through with PayPal, £41.65 for each payment. You will be so grateful to yourself. Get it for a gift for somebody else as well. Can you imagine? Mother's Day's coming up. This is the perfect Mother's Day gift.
Far around the corner.
What a treat for your mum who's been on her feet your whole life. She's been looking after you on her feet.
Yeah.
Reward her.
And they will love you for it because,
oh my goodness,
as you said, this isn't like a massage that you just use once, like a voucher that you then don't get the benefit of.
Oh, you might. We got my mum massage vouchers all the time. Did she actually go and get them?
And that's another factor, isn't it? Whereas this is in your home, as you just said, it's not, it's not obtrusive. It's not something that is too noisy, so it's not distracting anybody. You can just sit down, use it. You've got different levels of intensities. You've got, so you can make sure that it's the right level for your kind of customised comfort.
Can I say something just a silly point, because I'm nothing if not incredibly shallow. But it's also really attractive.
It's a sleek design. It's very nice.
What size foot will you get in there?
So it's up to about size 11.
Oh. Okay, so I can't use it then.
It's around that size, but I love the fact that you've they're like socks.
They are.
You just place your feet into kind of the sock chamber.
But what if you've got sweaty old feet and something?
So you can take these sock bits out and wash them.
These out. You can see that it's on a zip. So you can see there that you can actually unzip the material and then pop them into the washing machine. We can always keep them perfectly clean. But it's more what it's doing.
Well, I was going to say, the point I was making earlier about the farting steam train is that a lot of cheap massagers, they just use vibration. Now, that's not to say that that's a bad thing. You know, vibration has benefits. But I've had a lot of experience, believe it or not, with massage chairs. The cheap ones, or the massaging back pads and things like that, they tend to just use vibration. That's how they're able to do them affordably. Whereas the expensive massage chairs, they actually have mechanical nodules.
Yes, we've got one at home, this back shiatsu one that moves up and down your back. This is what this is doing to your feet.
That's what this is, no cheap vibration or anything.
It's really getting to these beautiful pressure points on your sole. It's fantastic.
And we've got so many different pressure points underneath our feet. So this is allowing to kind of reducing that tension that's built up. It's allowing those muscles to relax. You've got those 4 different intensity levels. So again, which is what I was trying to explain so badly earlier, is that you can customise it to your own personal kind of level and what you can tolerate. Because when you go to see a massage therapist, it's their level.
Is this firm enough, darling?
That's it. It's the pressure that they want to administer, not what you need. So you can change it. You've got those 4 different levels of shiatsu, and that's like you're using your knuckles and your
it really
thumbs
feels like
in there,
that.
really getting that pressure in there.
Isn't there a thing with feet as well that there are dozens or lots anyway of, you said pressure points,
you've got lots of different...
it affects if you massage feet, it can affect lots of other parts of your body.
Yeah, you've got different, it's believed that, and you just need to look at reflexology. It's believed that there's lots of different pressure points under the feet that kind of relate to different parts of the body, different organs. I know that when I've had a massage before by a reflexologist, they were able to see that I had sinus problems and that there was a problem with digestion. And this is the thing, they can see from your feet.
Right. Now, is this science or is this pseudoscience?
No, this is science.
It is science, actual science.
It's actual science, yeah.
Good, good.
But also what we've got is that air intensity as well, which is the compression that is kind of gently squeezing the feet.
It's a robot to rub your feet, for crying out loud. When you get home at the end of the day.
It's fantastic. It's so lovely. I'm just having the best time.
What a night to come, eh?
I know. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank God we're not paying her.
Well, with any kind of massage, it's not just the area of the body that it improves and it makes it feel better. The rest of the body follows suit, doesn't it? Because we know that what massage does is it tends to boost those endorphin levels, it reduces cortisol levels, so the whole body comes back into balance.
Cortisol is the stress hormone. Also, it's the second, there are two hormones, the other one is insulin, that cause you to store fat. So if you get too stressed, you can be prone to gain weight. And if you reduce stress, you can be prone to lose weight.
Yeah.
Do your own research, but that's what I've,
But if you think about...
That's what I've come to know.
You'd go somewhere to go treat yourself to a massage, and you might pay, I think it's about £60 for a good massage, and sometimes you might go just for a foot and ankle massage. This, £119.99 for what you could have daily.
This is it. It's the gift that keeps giving, isn't it?
It really does.
Giving to yourself, or as we said, this would be a perfect gift to give to your mum or give to...
Anybody who'd appreciate a foot massage. Are you missing out, Rob?
I've been framed out. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say anymore.
But this is right for all of the family.
Only bathrooms.
Definitely.
That can benefit.
You'll be arguing over it. You might need to get two.
It is brilliant. Honestly, it was the best thing I've ever bought when I bought a massager. And that had nodules on it that was also, it was mainly vibration, but it was so good. And again, it's one of those things that you've just got to try it to believe it, really, haven't you?
It's really lovely. I don't want to stop. We do have to move on to some other things because we've got some other well-being
What are we moving
products
on to, Elise?
We're moving on to these Renpho scales.
So these are the Renpho scales. These are the biggest selling scales from Renpho. They sell about 5,000 units a day.
A day?
A day. Across different sales channels. So these are the ones that are the most popular. Now, these are composition scales. They look great, don't they?
They're very sleek. The design is fantastic.
Maximum weight, please, because I want to know if I can use them.
So the maximum weight on here is 18 stone.
Right.
I think. No,
so
it might actually be higher than that.
I imagine. Well, we'll check, but
I'll
come back to me on that. But carry on, please.
So what we've got here is there's super sleek. It's definitely going to be higher than that. So I'll come back to you. I'll check that in a second. But what we've got is that super.
Oh, £400.
£400.
I can get on there. Oh, blimey, that's
a lot higher than that.
21 stone is 300. £400 is that's about 30 stone.
Yeah. I knew I was wrong when I said it.
But you know what? So all right. So look, I'm now 24 stone. I was 28 stone. I was 25 stone. I'm now a month ago, and I'm now 24 stone.
Oh, well done.
But there are very few bathroom scales, that are accurate anyway. And if you buy the digital ones, they don't have a weight that goes up to the sort of weight. Now, if you're at my kind of weight, you want to monitor every little bit of progress because it's motivating.
Absolutely.
When you see that you're dropping, and it's not about weight, it's about fat. Scales tell you weight. And these I said do. These do weight, a do, a da. They do weight. But they also do 12 other things, including BMI.
They do 13 other things.
Yeah, so 12. Oh, no, so 13 in total, right?
13 in total. So 13 different body metrics. So we can see them on the actual screen yourself. BMI. So in terms of it's not just BMI. We can actually look at our metabolic age as well, which is quite scary because it can tell you that you're actually slightly older metabolically than you should be.
Right.
That's obviously an algorithm of all of the things and looking at all of the different measurements you've got.
Mass.
You've got also, it's giving you your body fat percentage. It's also giving you a breakdown of visceral fat and also subcutaneous fat.
Subcutaneous
fat. I can't even say that. But that's the kind of wobbly fat. That's the one we see, but it's the visceral fat that's the most important.
That's the killer, isn't it? From what I understand.
Yeah, that's the one that wraps around the organs. Yeah. It's not actually the solar scales that we're showing at the moment.
Yeah.
These are
That's a brief look at another set we'll have later.
Yeah, these are the kind of the best-selling scales by
battery operated.
They're battery operated. It takes 3 different batteries in the back. They come with it, so you can be ready to go in just a few seconds.
Little chrome or stainless steel or whatever they are. Those are sensors.
These are actually your sensors.
And they're doing, what is it? Did you call it?
So it's bioimpedance analysis. So basically, when you stand on here, you've got like a little electrical charge that is going to go up through the left leg, across the pelvis and down the right leg. And what it's going to do is it's going to measure the amount of resistance through the organs, through the actual tissue. So if you've got maybe more, it's going to see more resistance if you've got more body fat. It's going to see less resistance.
Well, because everything has a different density and a different resistance.
This is it.
So it knows what the different wavelengths are, and that one's for, that's for your skeletal muscle, that's for your visceral fat, that's for your regular fat.
There's a really clever algorithm.
Presumably it goes up beyond the waist, though. Otherwise, how would it know visceral?
Well, no, it only takes with this type of sensor, because it's only 2 sensor. It only goes up to the waist. But normally for a 4-point sensor, you hold on to something as well, like a DEXA scan.
So how's it measuring your visceral fat if it doesn't go up high enough?
So it's taking up to weight height, because it does a measurement of all of these, obviously these factors.
Right.
But what you've got is it works really well.
I love the way I got Kelly to try and explain science.
No, I was like,
you were clenching throughout that whole.
There'll be enough sort of information at that.
Yeah, it's just clever stuff.
Yes, and what I love is that all of those different body metrics that it gives you. Everybody has their individual sort of fitness and weight journey. The different goals, all of those different measurements, they might mean more to different people. So you might be more interested about what's your body water content, because that is so sort of specific to your journey, or the subcutaneous fat, all of these things that you can track. Not just your weight, it's all of these other aspects.
And this is a free
app. Can help you keep track of it as well. You've got the app that goes along with it. So you can keep a personal track of everything that's going on a day-to-day basis and for £20.
It's a great
Oh God,
price,
I didn't even see the price.
I just saw the price. And
I was so busy.
Crazy.
I paid 60 quid for my scales just because they went up. Just because they went up high to a weight high enough that I could use them. And do you know what? When they came, they were no, and they are half the size of that. They're literally about a foot by a foot. I have to kind of.
On 1 foot?
Put my feet very close together. Yeah, it is like the old, Karate Kid pose.
But this, they are an incredible scale.
Yeah.
They're giving you that data, as we said, within the app, the Renfo Health app is giving you not just a daily, a weekly, a monthly, a yearly kind of track of how you're doing. Also gives you the ranges as well. So if you're not sure what you should be, it's going to highlight it in colours. Unfortunately, sometimes it's red, sometimes it's green to say that, you're in a good position.
It gives you goals, doesn't it? Yeah.
It gives you
I'm sorry, but I would have thought a cheapo set of scales on Amazon would have been 20 quid. That don't do anything except, that needle that kind of bounces around and you're like, I'm somewhere between 19 and 19 and a half stone. Or whatever you happen to be. Yeah.
These have no maximum users either, so there's no limit on how many people within the family can use these. You can all set your own kind of account with them.
Oh, right.
So even if friends come over and they wanted to use them, they could.
They might be coming over more frequently. And come for my regular check-in, please, Kelly.
Could be at your house on a Monday. But you've got that, you've got that ability to track all of that data, but also if you're somebody that does go to the gym more regularly, and maybe you're more on the kind of athlete side, then it's got an athlete feature on there, so it's going to be more accurate in terms of your body fat percentage than an average person.
Now we've had an email from some of our regulars. Diane, we're just thinking that you have the record number of birthdays being sung every year. I think they're just celebrating as many times as they feel that they want to. So we've got daughter Danielle, son or son-in-law Joey, and hubby. Do we have hubby's name? Just excuse me one second. I'm just. hubby. So Joey is hubby, and hubby is 60 today apparently.
Oh,
happy
So
birthday.
now it just so happens that it just feels like every week, unless it's a different Danielle. But we don't care. You can have as many birthdays as you want. You can have one every day if you like. So it just so happens that Elise is literally a professional singer. Yes. So we'll also, and it also, this is a true fact that Kelly also is not.
That is a true fact.
But we'll all sing happy birthday, and it was Joey, right? Harmony, you go down, I'll go up.
Yeah, beautiful.
Right?
Sounds
I'm
good.
going to let you two
we'll just
take
do it
the
then.
lead.
Yeah.
And I'll lip sync.
Should we tune? Ha from the ha. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joey. Happy birthday to you. That'll be a tenor, please.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thanks, Kelly.
These are flying as well. Did you like that?
I did. I loved it.
We're in concert next
harmony.
month, I think. Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah, I had a beautiful voice when I was
Still do, Rob.
I know, but before
when you were a lad.
Before I went through puberty. Voice of an angel. Anyway, get your scales. They're 20 quid for an intelligent set of scales. And let's just very quickly, because we've got single digits left, I believe, of the Teeter Inversion table. A lot of you have this in your baskets. I realise some of you may very well be waiting to talk to somebody, or mind you, it's Saturday. I was going to say talk to your doctor or talk to somebody about it. The stock is not going to last that long, and I don't know when we'll have it back next. So please do yourselves a favour. If you may follow my recommendation, we have a 30-day refund policy. Get it, just put it in the corner, don't open it until you've spoken to somebody next week, and then at least you know you've got it. Arnold had a question. How long after a meal is it best to use the table? I always used to follow pool rules, an hour.
I think that's a good, sensible, definitely a sensible suggestion.
Yeah.
I think you kind of know yourself, don't you, when your food is being fully digested. I think you don't want to do it too soon and turn upside down. So I think probably an hour is a good idea.
An hour, at least an hour. Now, also, they were asking whether or not it's good pre and post workout. Both,
I think
because it's a great way to stretch, particularly if you do a very vigorous workout or if you run extensively, like if you do a half marathon or a full marathon or anything like that.
And it's a really relaxing way to stretch.
Yeah.
Because often it's an extra exercise on top of your exercise. But this, you can relax with it, and you're just doing all of that work without doing any work at all.
Plus, go on, Kelly.
And let's remember that you're not just, yes, we're focusing on the spine, but you're also opening up your hip flexors.
Oh my goodness.
Which get really
so
tight when we sit down.
Absolutely.
And if you're a runner, we want to make sure that we open up those hip flexors. We also want to open up the chest if we are sitting. We sit down a lot. So there's so many additional benefits.
Prime your spine. The other thing that I was going to say is, I don't know about you, but sometimes you just really don't want to go to the gym. You know you should. And you get, I don't want to go to the gym. Jump on that, 5 minutes, because when you're inverted, you get that rush of blood to the head. It's like a wash, and it oxygenates the brain.
Absolutely.
And you get off it, and you're like, well, I'm raw. Off we go.
It'll set you up for anything.
Zing, zing, you know. Seriously good bit of kit. I would recommend that to anyone. I have recommended it to anyone I know and love, and now one of them has actually tried it for herself. But don't just take my word for it. There are other things it does, and have a look at this.
Get your happy back with a popular FitSpine X3 featuring the deluxe easy reach ankle system and extra long handles with additional traction grips to maximize your stretch. The smooth FlexTech table design encourages your spine to decompress and elongate better than on any other inversion table surface. And the 8-point floating suspension system moves with you, so you can flex, twist, and stretch with absolute ease. Plus, attach the bonus lumbar bridge to help target the lower back and square misaligned hips. Place acupressure nodes anywhere on the tracks for targeted trigger point relief at 4 varied intensities. The large Stretch Max handles offer added support and are optimally placed on the frame to help you twist and stretch. The Easy Stretch traction handles enhance your decompression at lesser angles of inversion. With a long handle that reduces the need to bend, the stainless steel Deluxe Easy Reach ankle lock system micro-adjusts for a perfect fit and features a secondary locking mechanism that engages when you invert. Ergo Embrace ankle supports are engineered to wrap comfortably around your ankles with thick foam to evenly distribute pressure and a hard outer shell to ensure security. Just set it, lock it, recline and relax. Teeter Precision Balancing gives you total control with minimal effort, using simple arm movements to shift your body weight and return upright. Pre-select your angle of inversion with the adjustable easy angle tether with guides to 20, 40, or 60 degrees, or remove the tether and lock out in full inversion for advanced stretching and exercise. With the free Teeter Move app, you get subscription-free inversion coaching to help you feel better and move better every day. Access getting started tutorials, guided inversion sessions, and more. Rated up to 300 pounds user capacity. With a 4x safety factor up to 1,200 pounds, the Teeter X3 adjusts for users between 4 feet 8 inches and 6 feet 6 inches and easily folds for compact storage. With heat-treated high-gauge steel and key components, Teeter inversion tables are built to last. Unlike some brands that cut costs with low-quality materials susceptible to fatigue, Teeter inversion tables are safety certified by UL and outperform the competition in comparison testing for quality, endurance, and rotation control.
The next 4 people to go and pay for their Teeter table will be lucky. So I know some people are probably, maybe you were thinking about sleeping on it and come, and look, that's fine. I'm not being pushy here at all. I know it's a considered purchase. But, you know, if it lasts you 10 years, it's cost you 30 quid a year. It's cost you 15 quid a year if it lasts 20 years. So I had my first table for 7 years? 7 years. And then my second table I had for 15 years.
And actually, there is so many customers that have had their original table and are still using their original table and have had them for 20 plus years.
And it's not like,
it's not something that you do have to replace.
Well, the ones I had were way more basic than that.
Yeah.
But it's not like this becomes obsolete.
Oh, it's built to last.
It still keeps working.
And comfortable. You know, everything about it has been designed by an engineer, by an aircraft engineer. This is something that will, you know, it's going to have durability, it's got that reliability, but it's got that comfort factor as well.
Marielle, what a beautiful name, says, best investment I've made in years. I have considered buying a Teeter table for some time. It is a considered, oh, she's just said everything I've said, basically. Glad I finally did it. After only 1 week, I can feel the benefit and I intend to carry on using it forever if necessary. Highly recommended. Honestly, you'll be the same. I know it just seems like an odd thing to buy from the telly at this time of night. In fact, it feels like an odd thing to buy per, you know, period, full stop, the end. But it's one of those things that everybody poo-pooed the air fryer when they first came out. And
no, didn't they? Now
everybody's got an air fryer. You know, everybody poo-pooed the iPhone when it first came out. I'll never catch on. And now look, it's the downfall of humanity. No, I'm just kidding. No, they're very good. That's social. Everyone poo-pooed the internet. Didn't somebody famously say that maybe 50, 100 users will you know, adopt it? So the point I'm trying to make is that, but it's so life-changing. Whether you're fit, young, and athletic, it's perfect for you because you can use it actually as another exercise machine as well with your sit-ups and things. Not only that, but if you're older, if you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, even 90s, as long as your doctor says it's okay and gives you the all clear and you're relatively fit, everyone can get benefits. If you're sedentary, if you're inactive, it's just such a good. You've got to get one. You've just got to get one, and that's it and all about it. But now, why am I not getting any of the pleasure this evening? I haven't.
Do you want to have?
No, I know.
I mean, it was sat there between us, and I had to grab it.
You've been slipping your feet in something lovely.
I have.
Now you've got your magic wand.
Oh my God!
Oh, she's turned into a darling.
I don't know if you even heard the sound of that. I could hear my voice just vibrating. This is so good.
But this is the, you know, the rechargeable extended cordless massager. And
this is where the vibration works.
Absolutely. Yes. This is percussive massage. Yeah. So this is showing that this is kind of pulsating. It's delivering deep pressure.
It really is. You know, I've got a different one at home. this is so much more powerful. Like just already, it's just giving me such relief.
Pulsating, not vibrating, basically.
It is. So you can see how it's kind of pulsating in and out of the kind of unit shaft. But it's giving you up to 3,600 revolutions per minute as well. So this is the power on that kind of top level.
It's got the power.
I've got the power right now in this shoulder. It's phenomenal.
And again, Rempo makes such handsome devices.
It's a good looking
Very
device.
unisex, isn't it?
But it's also what it does for you. It's the fact that it's got that kind of ergonomic handle so that you can really get down to the back, lower back.
Oh my goodness, it's
got a comfortable silicone handle.
It is comfortable. You're not going to lose grip of this.
You've got, you reduce, what is that, does that say? Reduce percussion power. Oh, and enhance that. So in other words, you've got a little button if you want to turn it up or turn it down, or one for each.
I love the fact that it's kind of
4 modes.
It's well kind of weighted as well. Yes. So it only weighs about 800 grams. So you don't want, you don't want something that's going to feel really heavy in the hands.
No,
that
of course.
after a minute or two, it's going to feel uncomfortable.
Sure.
You want to be able to really get into all those areas. Yes. And mid-back is an area that we take a lot of strain.
Yes, and you don't tend to be able to reach it.
You normally have to ask somebody for a massage, don't you?
This you don't need anyone else, just
and they normally say, yeah, okay, and a minute or two, and
they'll never have it in the right spot, and you have to just keep guiding them. No, left a little. No, my left. No,
But this is something.
Again. I'm in heaven, Kelly. This is
I've always said that you always know how to do it better for yourself. Don't you?
You also determine the amount of pressure, and I think that's really important because you want to be able to relax the body. And if you've got
if it's too much
pressure,
it's too much, and you can't.
Too light, and
it does the opposite. It makes you tense up even more. But you need it to be just right, and you can get that Goldilocks.
You can determine that because you've got those 4 different levels, speed levels.
Is it just the back? Or is it anywhere?
You can use it anywhere. So if we
massaging.
You've got the different. I think you've got all the different attachments to the side of you.
Yes.
So if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, look at these.
I'm going to just ask you, you were talking about different areas of the body. There's one that's kind of slightly curved. If you wouldn't mind.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
This is the one that I absolutely love. But you can see on the screen there, you've got the 4 different heads. All of which, a couple of them are kind of rubberized heads, and they're kind of wider in terms of the surface area, which means they're going to be perfect around the neck, around the shoulders,
screw on
around the hips.
Yeah.
Really easy to put on as well.
But I like that they screw, don't just click.
This is it. It's not a push. A lot of them are kind of plug and play.
Yes, and you feel like sometimes you might break the mechanism if you've pushed too firmly in.
This is just a kind of a screw on, but also if you've got dexterity issues, you can just kind of use the palm of your hand.
What is the one that you've got, Elise?
Well,
multi-point
my goodness! And so if you've got, and because I play a lot of tennis and do a lot of running, often. Oh my
Perfect
goodness.
for your tennis thigh.
For my tennis thigh, my tennis knee.
Tennis knee. Now I can see. Speaking of calves, which
the curved.
So you've got that lovely curved profile, which means it's going to be perfect for getting in around the calf muscles. Maybe it's the Achilles. Maybe it's the bottom of the foot if you've got that plantar fasciitis and you just want to get in around the heel. Also, maybe around the arm because it's going to work perfectly into the curve of the arm as well.
This goes hand in hand, doesn't it, with everything, with the teeter table and the sauna. I mean,
you need the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, you'll have your own spa day.
You really would.
Domicile.
And you'd pay the same amount to go on a couple of spa days as you can do this for every single day.
$49.99. You wouldn't even get a massage in a professional.
Oh no, you wouldn't.
A massage is about £1 a minute.
Is it?
Yeah, general average cost of a massage is about £1 a minute.
Wow.
So, the fact that you can have this in your home, you can use it day after day. It's not just you that's going to get the benefit of it. Other members of the family can also use it. You've got the 5 different attachment heads that allow you, that have different kind of pressure levels. So you can get into kind of trigger points, really release that built up tension.
Because there's one actually that's got a little If you're pardon, it's got a bob, a little nipple. But no, because
I knew where you were going to go.
Well, no, but I mean, in the same way a baby's bottle has a nipple. You know, I don't mean that in a not nefarious, in a lewd way, but it's for really targeted, focused massage.
So that's where you get those trigger points that build up, and it might be into the thighs, it might be into the hips, it might be in that lower back area, and you want to release that tension. The fact that you can get into all those places because you've got that really extra long handle, it means that, you know, maybe if you're looking for something to buy, we were talking about Mother's Day, maybe an elder relative that doesn't have somebody that can kind of massage their back for
Well, nobody has arms that reach all the way around to their back that I'm aware of. So if you're on your own like me, if you're on your own and unloved, then you can.
You need to take.
You've got a little electronic love right there.
There you go.
Yeah. Battery operated.
Oh, I can really see how
rechargeable. So it comes with a station.
Right.
So it's mains powered, so it charges, and it's about 140 minutes of charge, so just over 2 hours. But with any kind of massager, we kind of say only focus on the muscle group for about 2 to 3 minutes at the most, and then move on to another massage, because we don't want to overwork it. But what we're doing is increasing that blood flow to the area. That's then getting the oxygen and the nutrients to the area, and that's going to help release it, but also help with that recovery.
Do you know, I mean, in all seriousness, I know that I bring a certain levity to my presentations, but in all honesty, there is something very valid about massage, and life. We as people were not designed to do the things we do these days.
Oh no.
You know, we weren't designed to sit behind desks and operate computers, and I mean, you know, everything that daily life throws at us, no matter what walk of life we're, unless you're just sitting at home on, you know, doing nothing all day. It's strenuous, it's stressful, and particularly stress. Stress, they say, is the #1 killer, isn't it? You know.
Oh my goodness, stress is such an inhibitor to everything, to your productivity in your job, to your welfare, to your happiness, to just how you can function on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. And we generally wear our kind of shoulders up by
Don't we? Oh my goodness, mine's up here all the time.
So this is a way that we can kind of de-stress and relax. It's a bit of self-care, isn't it? And it's so important that we get those 5-10 minutes within a day, because that allows us to be the best version of ourselves.
We're going to go back to the Teeter table. I'm actually going to request from my producer if we've got time to show that video again, because it was really good. And then I think we should show how you fold it up. And at the very end, please, Leslie, allow me time for us to dismantle it and show you how it's so easy. Anyone can do it, okay? I don't know why everyone has such trepidation. Trust me, it's easy. Right? Yeah. Everyone seems really scared when I say that. Oh, what's going to happen? Honestly, trust me, I'm a scientist. Well, I'm not, but I have used a Teeter table for many years. Here again is a summary of all of the features. Please get one. I mean, honestly, if you know what's good for you, and this is one of those cases where I, through 30 years of experience, can tell you for a fact that for most people, young, middle-aged or old, you need one of these. You just do. You don't think you do. You might never have thought you did, but I'm telling you, you do. And it's one of those things that when you get it, it is literally transformative. It is literally life, and not life, but quality of life changing. They're big claims, I know, but once you've been on that and you've got yourself comfortable on it, which will literally be even after the first time of use, you will just go, why? Like the testimonial we had before, and those are legitimate testimonials from real customers. We're governed by Ofcom and the advertising standards. Everything we put on the screen has to be true and accurate and honest, and all of that kind of stuff. So if you trust anything I say, for God's sake, if you do nothing else and you buy nothing else, get one of those.
Get your happy back with a popular FitSpine X3 featuring the deluxe easy reach ankle system and extra long handles with additional traction grips to maximize your stretch. The smooth FlexTech table design encourages your spine to decompress and elongate better than on any other inversion table surface. And the 8-point floating suspension system moves with you, so you can flex, twist, and stretch with absolute ease. Plus, attach the bonus lumbar bridge to help target the lower back and square misaligned hips. Place acupressure nodes anywhere on the tracks for targeted trigger point relief at 4 varied intensities. The large Stretch Max handles offer added support and are optimally placed on the frame to help you twist and stretch. The Easy Stretch traction handles enhance your decompression at lesser angles of inversion. With a long handle that reduces the need to bend, the stainless steel Deluxe Easy Reach ankle lock system micro-adjusts for a perfect fit and features a secondary locking mechanism that engages when you invert. Ergo Embrace ankle supports are engineered to wrap comfortably around your ankles with thick foam to evenly distribute pressure and a hard outer shell to ensure security. Just set it, lock it, recline and relax. Teeter Precision Balancing gives you total control with minimal effort, using simple arm movements to shift your body weight and return upright. Pre-select your angle of inversion with the adjustable easy angle tether with guides to 20, 40, or 60 degrees, or remove the tether and lock out in full inversion for advanced stretching and exercise. With the free Teeter Move app, you get subscription-free inversion coaching to help you feel better and move better every day. Access getting started tutorials, guided inversion sessions, and more. Rated up to 300 pounds user capacity. With a 4x safety factor up to 1,200 pounds, the Teeter X3 adjusts for users between 4 feet 8 inches and 6 feet 6 inches and easily folds for compact storage. With heat-treated high-gauge steel and key components, Teeter inversion tables are built to last. Unlike some brands that cut costs with low-quality materials susceptible to fatigue, Teeter inversion tables are safety certified by UL and outperform the competition in comparison testing for quality, endurance, and rotation control.
Wow, we're down to very low single figures now. It's now or never, folks. Do you know what? You're blooming lucky that it's Valentine's today, because when we came into London tonight, I mean, the number of people walking around with you know, bouquets of flowers and things. It was absolutely rammed, it was. And so this would have sold out a lot sooner if we'd had our usual regular, you know, even larger audience than we had tonight. But only literally a handful of people who pay for it now are going to be able to get it. But you can still get it, because if people are dilly-dallying and they've got it in their basket and haven't paid, you can go get it, because while there's stuff available, you can buy it, and it just means somebody else will get a sold-out sign. I hope that's not you if you really want it. John has emailed with a question. He has certain bulges in his back and wants to know if it's for him. John, as we say with everybody, check with your doctor first. I would personally think that this is one of the main reasons this was, depending on what the bulges are, what this was designed for. But I'm not a medical professional, that's just my opinion. But I think you will find that this is absolutely ideal for you. And if your doctor gives you the all clear for it, if they're fat deposits or things like that, shouldn't think you'd have a problem.
I would also say, you know, have a little look on the Teeter website, because this is FDA registered and approved.
Yes. Food and Drug Administration.
This is it. So, yes. and it'll give you it gives you a little bit of an idea of what this has been cleared for.
We've got 20 minutes on the show, so would you mind very, very quickly telling us what's it all about, Alfie?
So what we've got is, you know, inversion therapy is all about using decompression to kind of release any tension into the spine. So it's all about elongating the spine. It's about releasing tension into the muscles. It's all about realigning
the internal... Oh, I thought we were going to say that in unison. Go on.
Realigning the spine so that we get into that better postural position, albeit temporarily, but and also rejuvenating those discs. So, you know, was it John that just mentioned about pressure on the discs causing that bulging? This is about taking that pressure away from the body. It's about allowing it to kind of have a bit more space and reducing the pressure on it.
If you've got a bit of a belly, there was a gentleman in that video who was a larger chap. So, you know, the gravity is this. You know, I get terrible, painful backache, because most of my weight I gain around here, so I've got several stone of fat pulling me down all the time, and also, you know, all my guts are all being pulled down. I've also got a hernia, which is all this down here is actually my guts, which I'm getting fixed. It's not dangerous, don't worry, but I used to, when I had my tables, my weight fluctuated, and there were times when I did have a gut, and I was not as big as this, but I still was, you know, a hefty guy, and when you get on, the relief of your belly not pulling down on you and all of your intestines just kind of temporarily going back to where they're supposed to be.
And the relief
it's lovely.
of your body just feeling that it's
you feel
longer
taller,
and taller.
you just feel lighter and taller, which feels sort of contradictory. But
you come off here and you do instantly feel that you're in that better position.
Definitely.
And you probably are taller because remember what it's doing is rehydrating those.
You are, absolutely. Measure yourself before you get on and measure yourself when you get off.
But you can even feel it the longer you're on it, and I know you're not only meant to be on it for a few minutes at a time.
No, you're not meant to be. That's what they recommend you need.
But I just felt I was just even longer as the sort of minutes went on, and it just, everything just released. It just feels so good. And I mean, you have a lot of pressure on your spine, on all of your joints and your muscles and everything through the day. Walking, standing, sitting is even worse.
There is no natural way to get the alleviation and decompression that this offers you, because this gives you what is about 25% more decompression than actually lying down.
Yeah, so we know that when we're lying down, that's when we believe we're getting that fully kind of decompressed position. But actually, we've still got 25% compression on the body. So the muscles and the ligaments are still holding everything really tight. Whereas this is taking that full, it's taking that full load off the body. We're in that zero compression. So it's allowing those discs to fully rehydrate. And as we said, the benefits of inversion temporarily helping to decompress the spine, temporarily realigning the spine and the joints, allowing the discs to temporarily rehydrate and relaxing those tight muscles. We want to allow those muscles to get into that lengthened state. So, Elise, I'm going to ask you to get back on here.
We're going to get back on, and it's so simple and straightforward. And I'm going to adjust these back to
this is
here, where I had them. I'm going to put the strap back on again to just go to that 60 degree, because I'm a new user. Once I am more confident with it, I want to fully invert. It looks so
but also once you're in control,
amazing.
And you don't even have to fully invert. Once you get down to sort of, I don't know, what, 70, 80 degrees, I mean, you're really into...
You're really going to feel that difference in the body. But what we've just witnessed is that at least this is the first time she's ever used it. So I've taken her through it a few times, but already
I just feel really confident that I know what I'm doing.
Set yourself up in position.
Absolutely.
So we know that the height adjustment is right for you. We know
it's not actually.
Oh, have we changed it?
When we were looking at packing it up.
Oh,
jump on because we reset it.
So there you
just
go.
Noticed.
Okay, so go ahead.
So in terms of changing the height, it's just releasing the pin.
Smallest is 4'8", tallest is 6'6".
And then we're locked into place.
And I can see 165 centimetres. That's my height.
Right for you. We adjusted that to get the right pivot point for you, the right balance point for you. And then you're just going to step across.
Get 1 foot in.
Do you know what it weighs?
We do indeed. So 29 kilograms.
29 kilograms. Oh. Okay.
Well, 29.9 kilograms to be exact. So what we've got are those kind of Ergo Embrace kind of foam cups that securely lock those handles in place. You've got the comfort dials on the bottom. Now, those comfort dials you've got different heights depending on kind of the size of your feet, the shoes that you're wearing. You may have it on the lower, you may have it on the higher.
I just found out it's got a 5-year warranty as well.
It has got a 5-year warranty on it. And I think, you know, again, that's testament to the fact that this is a company that's been around for a long time and they feel really confident.
40 years.
Nearly 45.
And I worked with Roger. 1994 was when I first started working with him, and that was in the UK till about 2000. When did I leave? 2002, and then from 2001 HSN in the States. I worked with him because I took a little brief, brief detour in my career, and so I mean I've had these tables all my life. They are literally the best thing I've ever bought. The best thing I've ever bought, ever, out of any product or anything I could have in my home. If I had an empty flat or a desert island, I'd have one of these. You couldn't get me off it.
And I think if you are somebody that has had that level of discomfort maybe into the spine, in around the back, you will do anything to kind of just temporarily take that, ease that pressure.
Even when you're younger, I was in my 30s and 20s actually, sorry. And as a preventative measure, it just makes you feel really good. So show us how it works.
Oh,
I am not going to move on, Leslie, until I've shown you how you fold this up and
Three simple kind of stages. We've set it in height. We've locked the ankles in place, and we've also made sure that tether strap is in place, and we've got it set to 60 degrees because you are now, you know, an experienced user of the Teeter Inversion table.
Yes.
So now it's all about you using your arms to guide you down, and you can see there.
I can go
how it's starting
slow as you like, and it's micro movements. You'll get muscle memory on this after a very few uses.
And you just get so much more confident and familiar with the movement, with the rotation. So you can see that
I can already feel that it's just my ankles now. I'm all of
really
this
getting the hang of it.
But there is no strain or stress into the ankles because of that foam, that patented design. It's comfortably, securely holding those ankles in place.
And I'm feeling these acupressure just right at the right point.
And again, you can take those off if you don't like them.
And you can move them, you can adjust them to exactly where you need them.
It comes with the acupressure points. You've got 8 different kind of nodes that you can place in different positions to suit you. Also comes with the lumbar bridge, which just allows you to align your hips, but also allows you to get that greater decompression.
If you need lumbar support, if you've got problems in your lumbar region. By the way, the comfort support has sold out. Apologies, we didn't have many of those.
So the other thing I just want to kind of point out that, yes, we're kind of getting that decompression into the spine. We're elongating the spine. We're allowing it to release. We're allowing that tension to reduce. But it's not just the spine. It's the hip flexors we were talking about.
It's the leg muscles.
Maybe around the knee joints. It's the quadriceps. It's around the chest muscles, the lat muscles. You know, all of these things get really tight.
And you can turn yourself, can't you? You can twist
you can turn.
to relieve
more hip or knee
replacements,
you should be fine, but again, talk to your physician and they will let you know. Now, Elise, can I just show you a couple of little pro moves on this?
Yeah, please.
So the first thing I want you to do is come up just by bringing your left or one of your arms forward, and then then start to come up a bit more, bit more. Now start to bring your other arm forward. A little bit more until you're basically horizontal. A little bit further forward.
A little bit further.
Yeah, a little bit more. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, bit more. There you go. Now, just gently move that arm. Put your left arm down completely. Move your right arm back and forward.
You're getting me to do the rock that you
rock.
would do.
So this is giving you that oscillation.
Rock-a-bye, baby.
Oh, don't. I will go to sleep. Except that I still have to be in control of it. It's like,
Now, if you don't want to do that, put your right hand on one of the handles, or your left hand on one of your handles, and now just rock yourself manually. So you actually need the handles on the side.
On here, I see. We've got those.
Yeah. Now bring them back a little bit.
Oh my goodness, I feel.
There you go. You can come back a bit further.
I can even rest my elbows on the back.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of those max stretch handles.
God, I used to relax like that.
Previously, they were a lot shorter, but because you've got that longer kind of sized handle there, it allows you to guide your hands and use it to kind of, as you said, rock.
Well, so Leslie was just saying it looks like I'm pulling my core in. It's doing it for me.
Yes.
I'm not actively sort of trying to pull it down, but it's getting me in a really beautiful position. I'm really feeling like even all my core muscles have been stretched as well.
As bring your hands further back, then you can actually do an even greater arc. There you go, and then pull yourself back up again. And then back down again. I mean, I'd be on that for half an hour.
Really, you know, as you said, a really relaxing movement. But also some of the other things that we can do, and I'm not suggesting that you do it right now. Excuse me.
Right now? What's
right
that?
now, Elise. But the other thing is being able to do the full inversion and being
Let's
able
do
to
it.
use
Up you come, Elise.
Kelly, you have demonstrated it so beautifully.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I'm saying this is because when you're trying to get yourself back into great postural alignment, what you need to do is stretch and you need to strengthen. So the fact that we can do all of that.
Super gentle, you know, if you're older and you don't need all the, you know, it's just relaxation. And even at 30 degrees, you're still getting blood to the brain, you're still getting decompression. You're still getting benefits.
And talking of height, I don't think we've talked about the sort of the height range.
We did. No, 5 foot. What was it? 5'4" to 4'8" to
4'8" to 6'6". Yeah,
it's worth mentioning.
And as we said, 136 kilograms as well, which is about 21 and a half
300 pounds.
Yeah.
You do it in American.
So,
okay.
Locked everything into place.
Yeah, you're all good to go.
Sure
make sure your mics aren't going to fall off. We need to take the strap off.
I will take the strap off for you.
Strap off?
Kelly. Off we come.
You're right. Is everything tucked in, Kelly?
I think we're fine.
Now, also, ladies, I've heard that there are certain things on everybody's body that start heading south. And if you basically make sure they're heading north, which you can do temporarily every day, then it's beneficial to so much of your well-being and also your physique.
Well, the other thing is you don't have to think too much about what you're wearing when you're on here.
No, this is
what
true.
I would suggest is just make sure you've got a good pair of kind of trainers or something.
If you are,
on here.
and if you are well endowed in the chest area, make sure you've got a sports bra because you don't want to knock yourself out.
Definitely. But you know, we're in leggings, but you don't have to. It's day-to-day clothing. It's you could be in a pair of jeans.
Do it in a suit if you want to.
Okay, so we are going to. I need to adjust this a little bit more.
Yeah.
But if you just push it down for me, I'll take myself.
Sure. Again,
into
you
position.
can grab the handles if you need to. That's the thing. You've got these big support handles all the way around the sides, and you see that once it goes past the fulcrum, it's locked into place, and now
Kelly is
suspended. Yeah. And it's the weight of Kelly keeping it from tipping over.
So this is obviously this is a more advanced version of it, but it just allows you to get that, that further enhanced decompression. But from here, what we can also do is then start to do some abdominal exercises. Now, we saw pictures of Roger Teeter, who was going all the way up. I'm not even going to attempt...
Do you know what? We should have got David on this. I bet you were 20, even him, I bet he'd have struggled with that. It's a hard sit-up, but it's a good one if you can do that. Do a couple of those every day.
Just those...
But those
twists, yeah.
Those twists so that you can really twist into the spine. But you know what? I feel really secure. The fact that I'm at that 90-degree angle.
You've got about 2 or 3, was it 2 or 3 of them left? You've got to be quick.
I feel completely secure hanging by my ankles because of that
time to come up.
Locking
Do you need a
system.
hand?
No, I'm fine.
No, okay.
Just the engineering of this to enable you to do these exercises in your own home. As Kelly was saying, if you can fit a yoga mat in your home space, you can fit one of these tables in. And we're going to show you how it can fold up to be stored.
Oh, we had a question about, sorry to interrupt, how do you know when you've been on it for long enough? Your body will tell you. Especially when you're inverted, you'll go, yep, I'm ready to get up now. And
but also, I also recommend when you first start, don't push it too far. You know, this is
bit by bit.
This isn't a sprint. This is a marathon. This is about going slowly, familiarising yourself, building up your level on the teeter, and then take it to a point where you're comfortable.
Right, stage 1 for collapsing.
So stage 1 is just going to make sure that you
push in the slidey bit.
Height.
Yep.
Adjustment, and then make
close
sure
that down.
Close.
Yep.
Then we're going to make sure that other way round.
Yep. Goes all the way round.
So we want the seat bed to sit against the actual crossbar.
Yep. Then the crossbars you open.
You're just going to...
Mind your fingers, Kelly. Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it. Basically like an ironing board, 29 kilos. Right, let's open it up.
So again...
Okay, yeah. Now, when it's disassembled, essentially,
Just to show you, just quickly, before we take it back though, I just want to show you that suspension system.
Oh God, look at that.
So this is the 8-point suspension, floating suspension system, which allows, the bed to kind of sit off the frame, and that's what's giving you that great degree of flexibility when you're on there, and that's what makes it so comfortable.
Right, so
the other thing
to disassemble, just pull that out until that comes all the way out.
Right, there you go.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, keep going. It's quite long. There it is. So it'll come like that, right? Then this bit, watch fingers, everybody. That goes there. Then there's a little catch.
If it points out.
Yeah, you can do your side.
Yep, can do.
Don't go too fast.
You just push it with your thumb.
That comes out. This comes fully assembled like that, I believe. Right, Dave will tell me if I'm wrong. The handles need to be put on. That's the only thing. And then here. These side handles are on, are they? I think they're...
So the side handles, you've got to put the side
So you put these side handles on. That's it. So it's 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2 side handles, 1, 2 handles there. Lock that on, push it on. That's it. You're done. It took David about 10 minutes.
85% assembled. And also you've got really clear guidance in terms of putting it together.
And you said there's a video demonstration on how to do it as well.
Use the Built app, which will give you those video demonstrations, or you can actually use the instruction.
Let's put it back together again, shall we?
Put it together.
Yeah. So you've got the little latches. Now, if I remember correctly, you don't even, you're right there, you don't even need to press those. Oh, no, you do. So you move them out of the way.
And they should sit into place.
Hold on. I think
what you might need to do is just push on the side of the handle a little bit. So just push it to make.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I thought they just went in on their own.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
then
do. Really easy.
Slide in your what's it.
Let you do that job, Elise.
Oh, lovely. Do we need to?
No, just literally slide it in.
Do we need to pull this out?
We just pull that out.
Oh, it's very easy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And that's it. Just lock it into place at the height that you want, and you've got your unit set back up and ready to go.
So if you're going to transport it or move it and it's too heavy for you to carry on, you can just break it down into the individual.
And I think somebody asked earlier, didn't they, whether you could use it in the garden. There is absolutely no reason whether you could. There's no reason why you couldn't use this.
And why wouldn't you want to invert in nature and let? Oh my goodness, it would be
beautiful,
so lovely.
Hearing the birds tweeting on a sunny, spring's got to be round the corner.
It has to be. We've been through enough winter.
I wouldn't leave it in the rain.
I wouldn't leave it outside.
No, don't leave it outside, but you can take it outside. And if it gets a little bit wet, that's fine. But yeah, I wouldn't leave it out there to, even though I'm sure it would weather for a long time.
Remember, it's made from kind of heat-treated steel, so you know that you've got the best components on here that are going to give you that durability, that are going to give you the longevity of your machine. You can see there those 8 different acupressure points that or nodes that come with it.
And they're all separate. So if I wanted to put one in there, you put it in, and as it lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, isn't it?
So you can just personalise it to your individual needs.
Look, you can unloosen it, or loosen it, and then you can move them wherever. If you unloosen it, you're tightening it, aren't you? Then you can put it where, and then when you're ready to tighten it, you just do that. Or you can take them off completely, where they literally, you see, they've got a little flappy paddle. Right.
You've also got that lumbar bridge support.
Yeah, how'd you put that in? That's
again, because you've just got all of those different tracks.
Yeah.
There was another one around here that was already.
So it's down there. Sorry,
I knew it was around there somewhere. So you can see that you've got those different levels depending on the amount of support that you need.
It depends where you...
And then depending on how much curve you want.
And where it is on everybody's bodies are different. We were talking about...
To kind of line up with the top of your hips.
So you can make it come out further, or you can have it flatter, or you can have it higher or lower.
A bit of a stretch in the lower back was fantastic.
Yeah, what it's going to do is just allow you to realign the hips because a lot of us are quite twisted, so we want those hips to be nice and aligned so that we can get that perfect
You want a little
stretch.
curve in your spine, don't you? You think you're going to stand up straight and then you straighten out your lower spine and it's just
we've got that natural S-curve to our spine.
Of course you have. S-curve 7. We are out of time, I'm afraid. That's it for me. Charlie will be with you through till Monday. I'm actually up in Warrington shooting in our other studio. So thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Rob.
It has been really, really fun. And I just want to say, when it comes to the hips, they don't lie.
They do not lie. Shakira taught us that very much. Yeah. But look after yourselves. Invest in your own well-being. You really will thank yourself.
Yeah. Well, we've got 15 seconds. There's nothing really to say except let's lock up our secrets in a safe and sacred repository. And I'll see you next Thursday, and we'll see you who knows when, but stay tuned. It's a mystery. Night.
Good night.
Good night.